All right. Greetings, 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 and welcome everyone to this Lion Gates 808 portal with the Wealth Ministry. They'll be on here talking about all kinds of things that are related to this Lion Gates portal. I just want to bring in a little bit of the Olmec cosmology and how there is a convergence on this plasma. This plasma is kin 242, in which many of you know me. That's the white galactic wind, kin 242, which is also an 8. It's also the 8th tone. And the energy of this plasma is directly related to the energy of the Lion's Gate portal, which is a portal of transformation. Hey, welcome everyone.
I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Everyone else can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. It's a portal of transformation, of spiritual, mental, physical transformation. And we have 8 ministers of wealth and more coming on to give us a lot of information about this. But with the Olmec cosmology, like I said, there is a convergence with the plasma that we're on today, which is 242, the white galactic wind that says, I harmonize in order to communicate. Modeling breath, I seal the input of spirit with the galactic tone of integrity, and I am guided by the power of death. And so that death part is bringing death to everything that has been in the way of us achieving this transformation that we know is coming. The wage spell that this archetype is in is the wage spell of the eagle. The eagle represents transformation of the mind and the spirit, and being able to express that vision here on earth and in any other place that you want to do it. And so I am just excited and honored to be here amongst these guests to open up this portal. And with that, I say I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Hotep.
Peace, guys. How you doing?
Peace. I'm well. Thank you, guys. Thank
I
you.
love how she brought it on. She said the ministers of wealth, the wealth ambassadors. What's good with you, young elder?
Hey, peace, and love to everybody on the panel, man.
Man, it's 808, man. We got ministers of wealth on the channel right now. I'm waiting for Chief Matt to come in. Let me know when you're in, Chief Matt. But we can go ahead and get started with Dr. Kia Pruitt. How you doing today, Dr. Kia?
Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How's your manifestation day going?
Beautifully.
Well, we started off at 8:08 on August 8th with the year. The year is 26, which is an 8, and we started at 8 o'clock. So this is a lot of portals and rituals within itself. And the ritual is the ritual of wealth, the ritual of abundance, the ritual of prosperity,
Yes.
and getting out of the lack mindset. The ritual of seeing melanated people talking about wealth, not just talking about wealth, but living and working and communicating and connecting within wealth. So what's good with you, Chief Matt?
For whatever reason.
I can hear you. You can't hear me?
I can't hear you, man.
Can
you guys hear me?
We
can hear you.
Yes.
I'm a log out coming. I can't hear you. I was playing games like that. I'm gonna log out one more time and come back in. But I can't hear you, but you guys can hear me, right?
Okay.
Kia, you and I had went this before, and I think I have to log back out, come back in to see if it connect. But I'm gonna do that and come back in, guys. I apologize about this.
No worries. Boom. So with no further ado, Dr. Kia,
Yes, sir.
we can't talk about wealth in the melanated community without talking to Dr. Kia Pruitt. There's always been a minister of wealth and talking about abundance, silver, gold. You have access to get into rooms that we might not have access to get into. You're always talking to some amazing guests, and not only you're not trying to gatekeep this information, you're passing this information out to people every day.
Yes, sir.
So with that, I want to get out your way. Tonight is the night of a manifestation, and we want to lock in on wealth and things of that nature. So I want to give the floor to you. What do you have to say about today, guys?
I would
Go.
first of all thank you, guys, for having me, and thank you to the tribe members all over the world for being here. I just want to say between July 28th and August the 12th, that's when the sun in Leo lines up with the planet Earth. It lines up with the Orion's Gate and Sirius B. So those four planets are in alignment with one another. And if you recall, most people know or have an idea that we came from Sirius B. Many of our bloodlines came from that Sirius. So, yes, sir. So with all those planets in alignment, that's creating a portal or a doorway for high manifestation energy to come through and to reach us. We just have to tap in. And as Orisha Stone said in Melanated Immortals, the apex of that, or the highest point of that energy between July 28th and August the 12th, is August the 8th. And the 8th number represents the number of abundance and prosperity. And on its side, that's infinity. So infinite abundance, wealth, and prosperity will happen for all of us that know that we are the gods. So it's not just about this energy exuding from us or being here, but you have to know that you are the gods that's supposed to harness that energy to manifest wealth. And especially on this day, which is the apex, the pinnacle of and the height of that energy. Such an amazing time to be alive.
I say. That
I
was, and you
say,
all were so graceful.
thank you.
Yo, and not only can we talk about the wealth, I got Chief Mac on tonight because we got to start understanding how to protect the wealth. How
Yes.
like it's one thing to have it. There's a lot of dummies that get money and it goes right through their hands like water. But how can we get the wealth and hold the wealth? That's why I wanted to bring Chief Mac on tonight because he's going to teach us tonight how to not only get the wealth but how to preserve the wealth. How you doing, Chief Mac? You on mute, guy?
First of all, I want to say thanks for having on, brother Orisha.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Kid Pruitt. Another love, honor, respect for the past panel. And brother Young Elder. It's been a
Yes.
long time coming. It's a beautiful time to be alive when you are connected to the right people, isn't it, guys?
Absolutely.
From the source within. And I'm just saying how we just building and all of the right people who are meant to come together as trans men and trans women. It don't take a whole bunch of energy for us to connect because everything happened naturally. It's easy. It ain't like pulling teeth, man. So I'm just honored to the Celestial family, great mama, dad, that the information that I have is what they never expected us having.
Mhm.
See, the rabbit had the gun, but didn't have the bullets to go with it. Now we now we got the bullets to go with it. And we found out while they were saying it was a rabbit hole, they was in a mole hole that ran deeper than the rabbit hole.
Mm.
So I saw that mole hole that was underneath the rabbit hole. And then it's called public and private. Okay. The private are not citizens because citizens sit in sin. The public are walking dead. They're in the water, submerged, and they can't be heard because they sound like that woman, that teacher in Charlie Brown, and they speak a different language in the court. So we found these things out now. So it's called operating in trust. Operating in trust because the so-called black men and black women are the last people. Can y'all believe this? We were the only nation of people as a whole who wasn't operating in trust. Can you believe that?
Mm.
The only nation of people who wasn't operating in trust. And to operate in trust, it really means trust as well. Because when you operate in trust, you learn to trust the right people because you have to have somebody that you trust. Other than that, you wouldn't have a successor trustee. And that's trust law. You have to have a successor trustee. So you better find somebody you can trust. And we got to get back to where we can trust each other like we were in the ancient times. And we got to unlearn the way this beast system told us how to have envy, malice, and hate toward each other. And the people who have lack, who are named black, who have lack are the worst toward each other out of any race of people, and we got to get out of that. So I talk about the private sector because there's a wealth transfer get ready to come. And in that wealth transfer, you have to have a trust. You have to operate in trust because, as you know, Dr. Kim, Young Elder, and Orisha, that technically we can't own anything in that all caps name. That's with the dead number that's been given to it because it belonged to them. So part of getting the trust is like starting a new identity, saying that you are alive, and there are tremendous benefits that comes when you let them know and put them on notice that they, hey, I ain't that all caps name because that all caps name is a corporation, and if you are a corporation, you are a corpse, and if you are a corpse, you're unheard and unseen. You're the walking dead. So this is why the judge wears all black when you come into that courtroom. It's because you are a corpse. He's coming to a wait, and he summons the dead to rise. And once he summons the dead to rise, he's your savior, your salvation, to steal and rob and loot your estate for the crown. And so we want to get out of that by getting a trust because there's an immense amount of wealth about to come to some righteous people. Okay, and then with that wealth, we have to learn how to protect it. And so with a trust, it's the best way and the only way, really, when it's the start of you protecting anything that means something to you, that's of any value to you, you have to have a trust. Establish a trust so that you can, so that they don't have any control over the trust because they didn't establish it. So you have to start a trust. The trust is the paperwork, it's the body. This foreign EIN number is the spirit. And when you put that together, you start a brand new identity. So we want to I'm excited for us, man, because Young Elder, you got a trust coming from me for free. But Orisha Stone, you got your trust coming from me for free. We're gonna get this wealth, and we are the meek that's getting ready to inherit the earth because it belonged to us in the first place. We have to take it back by authority.
I say, I like that. I like that. I like them words. And them my kind of words right there. Young Elder, we talked about the minister of wealth. We talked about the protector of wealth. But we also got to talk to somebody that's also educating people about the wealth and what, like when we talk wealth, people look at us when they see us with the chains on, they see us with the rings on. They've been calling us dumb for years, except for now, gold and silver is at all-time highs. You know what I'm saying? In the jury game and everything else. So what are you bringing tonight when we talking about this wealth and abundance game?
Yeah. This is my savings account right here. Like all these rings, all these chains, all this right here. I've been buying gold for a long time, silver. But what I want to say is like bring up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam strategy and how they built the empire pretty much on setting up their own businesses. Like they own their own they got their own clothing factories, businesses, farms, right? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad put it out in a book called Message to the Black Man. And he said it at that time, I think it was 22 million Nubians, right? And we gotta start keeping our money in the circle like every other race, like the Chinese. They like I'm gonna tell you when I went on vacation, I saw the Hindus, and the Hindus they don't go to Kroger's, they don't go to Albertsons. They created their own store, and they only shop with their store. They don't go to no other. They'll go 20, 30 miles outside of the way, 100 miles almost out of the way, just to go to their cultural store, their grocery store. And I said, damn, man, we go spend money with Kroger's, Albertsons, Publix, whatever you got, HEB. So we go to everybody else to spend our money, but because it's partially because they put us in this race where we mostly don't own that much of the major corporations, but there are some new, like you do the jury, right? Instead of going shopping with Johnny and all these other guys, shop with Orisha Stone, right? So we got to keep the money in the circle. We got to start spending, even though if you might not even like the person, because when you spend money with them, they put them up to where they can get more stuff and then grow bigger, and then another person get the same ideas. So yeah, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came with the message to the black man, and he started saying we need to spend in our own circle. If you make clothes, I need to buy my clothes from you. if you look like me. You know what I'm saying? But they use fear tactics to keep us divided and keep us like crabs in a barrel. The crab in a barrel analogies. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing that I see. Another thing is health is really wealth. Health is really wealth. So if you can have all the money and the gold in the world, but if you ain't healthy and you're behind, got to go to their hospitals and this thing and let them work on you, and they don't got your best interest. For us, our peoples of our color, they don't really got our best interest. They really just if you got insurance, they'll do all this kind of stuff to you. Half the stuff you don't even need. So yeah, you can't. I ain't never seen no armored truck behind a hearse, right? So yeah, I ain't never seen. So you gonna have to pass. Yeah, that trust that the trust that Chief Mack talks about helps you keep that wealth to where you can pass it down to your children and to your family members. So that's another critical point. But like I say that, but the Egyptians, as the Egyptians, we believe we can take it with us. That's why they find all these tombs with all the gold and different artifacts that's billions of dollars, which these Tamahus raided and stole all of our ancestors' artifacts and things. But like I say, yeah, we need to start as a community spending with each other. Find a brother that makes shoe. We need to start spending with each other. If a brother sells shoes, buy from him. If a brother sell clothes, buy from him. Start going to our restaurants, our restaurants more. That's Nubian owned, instead of steady going to Chili's, which is owned by these deep state major corporations. Because all of them, they slick how they got their businesses set up. They got like BlackRock might be the mother company. Then it owns Warner Brothers. It owns Kroger's. It owns all these different companies that branch out from them. So yeah, we need to create our own think tank, and we need to take advantage of this time now, as far as the money, the system switching over to a different type of system, because we ain't the only the Nubians in America. We're not the only people that's having this problem. Around the world, people are being taken advantage of. Even the Africans, even the people in India, the people in China, they all stick together. When the Mexicans come over here, the Mexicans might be 10 of them living in one house. They'll all save their money and pay on that house till they pay it off. Then they get another house. Then eventually, after doing that so many years, all of them have their own house paid off and businesses and etc. So yeah. We need to get this out of our mind of hating each other and this one better than that one, and we need to start sticking together more and uniting, as far as especially on the money tip, on getting the bag. We can do it. 2 heads are better than 1. 10 heads are better than 2. So yeah, when we come together and work together, we'll get way more heads, just like everybody else been doing the whole time since they've been coming over here.
I mean, we're gonna do way more than that. We're gonna do way better than that, because when we get structured, man, it's game over. Our creativity, our intellectual property. He talking about doing a trust. I was over here like, damn, can young elder do a trust on his intellectual properties? But I'm glad you brought up the jury, because I'm always talking about minister of wealth as far as wearing your wealth and wearing your sacred adornments. I want to play something because some people try to cheat their way out of this, right? So I want to play something because they're tricking our people right now. Hold on, check this out.
Jewelry with the toxic chemical cadmium is showing up on shelves at Ross, also Nordstrom Rack, and Papaya. Prolonged exposure to the chemicals can cause serious medical issues.
Cadmium is an incredibly toxic metal. Like lead, it causes birth defects. It makes it harder to maintain a pregnancy, and it also makes it harder to get pregnant in the first place.
How is it even allowed to be in jewelry? Yeah. Some states have banned the metal from being used in children's jewelry, at least, but there are no laws preventing it from being used in jewelry for adults.
Testing shows jewelry loaded with the toxic metal cadmium is on the shelves of some national retailers. Consumer advocates were hopeful cadmium had disappeared from the U.S. jewelry market. Prolonged exposure to cadmium can cause cancer and reproductive harm. After an AP investigation in 2010 found the chemical in kids' jewelry made in China, several states outlawed it in children's jewelry. The Center for Environmental Health recently tested jewelry purchased at stores near its Oakland, California office, including Ross, Nordstrom Rack, and Papaya.
Now, with that being said, when we say wear your wealth, we ain't talking about the illusions. So one time I was vending and the girl said, man, this is all expensive. This is the real stuff. You ain't got none of the fake stuff. And I was so confused because I didn't know people really want to wear the fake stuff. But they don't understand that this fake stuff is killing you. These people are not your friends. Like you said, you can buy from Johnny Dane, but Johnny Dane just sold you a whole bunch of fake diamonds. This is known for to be a fact. And you gave this, how many Jews have y'all made rich? How many Asians have y'all made rich? And they selling y'all plastic. They selling y'all glass. They selling y'all iron, you know what I'm saying, with gold on top of it. God, is how important, in your opinion, how, because we see you shining too, don't think we don't. What do you think about sacred adornments and how and wearing your wealth?
I think it's very, very important. Thank you for asking me. And one of the reasons why our ancestors buried their wealth with them is because it's the energy from the wealth, as well as the wealth being the endowment of the gods. That energy is high vibrational, and they could take that into the other world where they go. So these people that raided our tombs knew that, and that's why they raided our tombs. They wanted to snatch that energy from our ancestors where they were, wherever they transcend to, and they wanted to loot. So wealth is about adorning yourself with the jewelry, the metals, and the rare earth minerals and the precious stones that you sell and make of the gods. Wealth starts out in the mind. You must know that you are gods, not think, not believe, because as Chief Mack always says, lie is in the middle of the word believe. You must know that your people sprung from the soil. You are the gods. And as such, you ought to adorn yourself with the element of the gods: gold, silver, palladium, platinum, precious metals, rare earth minerals, jewels. These minerals that we're discussing, they are sentient, meaning they are living, breathing elements. And we have jewelry. We have not only that we adorn our bodies with, but because we have silver and gold receptors in our brain and in our bodies actually need these things that we're discussing in order to thrive. These jewels help us to ascend in consciousness. They cleanse the pineal gland. They help deal with ailments and diseases. Even copper used to be used and prescribed by doctors to get rid of joint pain. All of these things are very, very important. They were important to the elders and our ancestors, and they're important to us. And they're also important to the people in power, which is the real reason why they took us off the gold standard. They were not only stealing our money, but they were stealing the elements that resonate with our being, that helped us to fly, that helped us to do all type of amazing things that we were doing, that helped us to manifest. So again, when you know that you are the gods that sprung from the soil, you will think like the gods, you will eat like the gods, you will drink like the gods, you will wear clothing like the gods, and you will adorn yourself like the gods. So that's what we do over here, because we know exactly who we are. And so does President Trump. And that's why he's doing an amazing thing during this Lionsgate portal. During this season, between July 28th all the way to August 12th, he was just laying in the back, because during this time, you know what happens? You're supposed to burst through the gate like a lion, roaring like a lion, declaring your victory. And this is why President Trump did the amazing thing he did just 2 days ago during this Lionsgate portal being open. He banned birth tourism and he ended birthright citizenship forever. So all those people here that were masquerading like the indigenous real Indians of this land, they got to get off our turf, because the beautiful thing about being the gods that sprung from the soil, we're the only ones who cannot be deported. Everybody else and their mothers and fathers, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunties, nephews, cousins, all of them, all those bloodlines can, and at some point will either be deported or the sun will deal with them. He did that during the Lionsgate portal because we, my friends, my family members, we're going to come bursting through that gate, roaring like a lion, declaring our victory. So all those other nations that were over here in mass by the hundreds of thousands that were coming here to deliver their babies so that their baby, because they're born here in the United States of America, could automatically become a United States citizen, all that's ended. And this birth tourism, where all these countries, foreign nationals they were here, planted here, would recruit other foreign nationals to come here, give them the most pristine treatment, allow them to have the top tier medical treatment, allow them to go and have excursions, because these people were masquerading like they were here for tourism or just to see something spectacular like a monument. But all of these women that were allowed to come here to deliver their babies would be allowed to get access to welfare, food stamps, and all type of government benefits, including medical benefits that Chief Mack teaches us came from our estate. And now President Trump is saying birthright citizenship has to end, birth tourism banned. Because here's the thing that these people in power were doing. They were using the 14th Amendment to legitimize the reason for them allowing all these pregnant women to come over here and deliver their babies here. But as President Trump has been saying for a long time, the 14th Amendment was created after the Civil War for the children of slaves so that they can become citizens, not for foreign nationals to come and deliver their babies. So now they all have to go. And this gives us the pristine opportunity and time for us as the gods that we are to stand in our power and to harness all this energy that belongs to us anyway to manifest whatever it is that we will. And I yield.
I say, thank you. That Lionsgate, that 8 represents infinity, like the brother said, like you both of you said, and the first shall be last. You know what I'm saying? If you've been in the term of poverty for a while and you know what you everybody say, man, I can't wait till I get some money. I know what I do with it. Well, your time's coming up, because just like you said, there's about to be a whole lot of opportunities out here for all of us. If we jump on it, we know all the infrastructures. When these people leave, are we willing to get out there and tend to the land? Are we willing to go plant the crops? Because that's also wealth too. So it's kind of vice versa. When you say health is wealth, but wealth is health too, because when you're wealthy, you can eat better. You, like you said, you eat like the guys. We taking the colonial silver. We taking monatomic gold and all. You live like the guys. You wearing certain metals to keep certain things out your frequency. So I most definitely love everything you said. Chief Mack, how do you feel about that, man? I don't want to forget what we were just talking about, because I see a lot of people, the fake conscious dudes run around here with all the fake bees from Walmart. They have all the fake malachites and all the fake stones. What you feel about that, man? People wearing the fake stuff, faking it to make it.
Thanks for asking me. I'm one of these cats that hit the streets, man, and put my foot on the pavement and watch everything. I watch everything, and these people come over here and they're giving money from our trust estate to open up jewelry stores, gas stations, dry cleaners, Dairy Queens, donut spots, all of these hotels. And guys, and this is no hate speak to any other nation of people, but I want to say this. I want to speak to the indigenous people of Turtle Island. Why are we still hating on each other? Why are we still at war with each other when the whole goddamn world is at war with us? Why are we still having anger, hate, envy, malice, and jealousy toward each other when their perpetual win over us is predicated on us being at odds with each other? We don't have to like each other, but we should respect each other, because they don't all like each other, but they respect each other. Why? Because when they respect each other and do business with each other, it keeps them over us. We have an opportunity to get the bag right now. Okay, then. And the Savior and salvation that walks on water every morning, which is the S-U-N, not the S-O-N, is going to come and be that Savior and salvation to get rid of any organic thinking people or people who are inorganic to this world. So the job, we don't have to worry about this. It's going to happen. They sell us cheap jewelry at premium costs.
Mm.
You get that? Matter of fact, they're selling our ancestors' jewelry that's been watered down at premium prices to us in these stores. And they ran the real gold.
Mm.
And we don't know any better. We going and taking the least amount of money that we make as a whole nation. We make less than everybody in this world, in America.
Too.
We, the so-called black people, Dr. Kid Pruitt brought it up. We make less as a whole than anybody, but guess what? We're spending
Got,
more than anybody.
got more than everybody.
But guess what? See, they study us because they know that wealth and inheritance, that shine, is in our DNA. So they working against us, but guess what? We're gonna flip that shit right back, side back up to where it be. We get ready to have the wealth. And with wealth comes what? Power. And with power comes what? Influence. So it's said that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. We are the righteous. And righteous ain't got shit to do with religion. Righteous is setting the standards back where they need to be. And seeing that the brothers and sisters get their part. Once we get our inheritance, it said the meek shall inherit the earth, but the meek cannot inherit the earth until they get the bag. Once it said inherit the earth because I'm gonna just tell the truth. The world belongs to us, and it was taken from us because we was hating on each other. You know, two gazelles can be fighting. They can be fighting for land, and they don't see that the lion is coming up on them. And before they look up, both of them are snacks because they were too busy fighting each other when there was enough land, enough women, hairs for each male to have. But we fight each other. So if you're melanated and you're still, trying to make a name off yourself by downing another brother and sister, that shit ain't gonna work right now. Ain't nobody gonna follow you. People out here hurting.
Yes.
People are out here. People getting put out their homes, evicted. People getting car repossessions. People are robbing people to pay Paul to struggle just to get some lunch meat and bologna sandwiches. And all you could do is talk about somebody. How you get the remedy to helping people mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically when you're running your mouth about people. You're not going to go anywhere doing that. People want salvation. People want remedy. And that's what we bring in people. We're bringing people remedy through teaching them their true identity, history, heritage, and culture. Teaching them that all power is within you and stop giving it to the outside source because you can find it in you. Once you get rid of the hate, the envy, malice, and jealousy out your heart, you can find God right there. But it can't show up in you until you get rid of the bullshit. When you do that, then you can speak and manifest anything that you can imagine to happen in your life. That's what time we in. They're just waiting on. The ancestors can't do anything. They're like, listen, the power is within you guys. We put it there. It's right there. But y'all got to get rid of that hate, that envy, and malice and jealousy that you got for each other. And I see too many brothers and sisters that are envious and trying to fucking compete with each other. It's too much of that shit right now. And you don't know that we're all related because we're all made by great mom and dad. So 6 degrees of separation, I can bet you start doing those degrees of separation, the very person that's running your mouth about you can be your 4th, 3rd, 5th, 6th cousin removed. Down from the Mississippi, Arkansas, the Tennessees, the Mississippi, all of that, right there. I guarantee you, every last one of you guys on here got folks either in Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, or Louisiana. Every last one of you guys. Tell me, am I wrong?
No, you named it right there. Everybody from the South.
I know that. And guess what? We have been incarnated back here to be the leaders that we are today. And these generational bloodline demonic entities that are attached to each family that's trying to keep the gods and gods who've been sent here to break these generational curses. This is why we get attacked. It's because they want us to stay in that certain 3D vibrational, but we are in 5D. So we get more attacks coming from our own people because that bloodlines, that generational curse of hate, envy, malice, and jealousy. I have no parts of that in me. People who
That's one
operate
thing.
like that is they want to be heard, and so they have to attack somebody that's shining more than them because they can't shine because that light is not bright enough with you around. So they got to try to dim your light so they can say, "Hey, look at me." But you don't have to do that. We all shine in our own way. We
So
all look good in our own way. We all got our own swag, and we ain't worried about 2 cents about the next man and next woman. Let's get this bag. Let's get this wealth. Let's get our trust and to shut this shit down because the world was given to us to have dominion over. It was given to us. Every square inch of this world, it was the further you dig down, you're gonna find what they call black bone because the whole shit belonged to us. Not just Turtle, but Turtle Island is the ancient land that came out of the waters first, out of all lands. And so she rose first, and we sprung up with her, making this the holy land, the land of milk and honey. And so I'm excited for us, man, because I see so much going on. I think the people who are ready to come out of 3D to 5D based on the information that you, Orisha, Dr. Kid Pruitt, and Young Elder, I'll have nothing but love, honor, and respect for you guys. And you guys know that personally, because anybody that's attached to me, you're going to win. Because I'm going to make sure your pockets is right.
hey man,
Am I right?
1 second, Chief. 1 second, Chief. You know, neck and wrist don't lie. I see the bling, man. Let me see that ring real quick. Yeah, I know. Hey, look, see if you know anything about jewelry, you already know. Hey, if you know, you know.
That's beautiful.
Look,
and the chain.
and the chain. Look, I already know. I was gonna get that same set. I already know. Look, neck and wrist don't lie. Neck and wrist don't lie.
And
Hey, look, they don't understand what wealth is. They out here buying sneakers. Yo, don't be the gazelle. I heard that what you said. Don't be the gazelle, be the lion. Young Elder, let's talk about it, man. We ain't gonna leave you out. I see you over there blinging over there. What you got on it?
What'd you say?
What you
I
got on
couldn't
that
put
wealth?
all
What you got on my
I
wealth,
couldn't
homie?
put all what I got on my neck. But everybody, I only really wear one chain at a time. But only reason I put all of it on is because, well, this ain't all. Like my neck look like Mr. T if I pull
And
out
stop
all of
being
it.
humble. I told listen, when everybody came on, I said, we the fuck all that humble shit.
Yeah, I
Listen,
got enough.
bling bling, go make the cash money 99 2000.
Yeah, I don't. And I only buy rings for these 3 fingers, so I couldn't put all my rings on. But this all legit. This about 5,000 right here, just in rings. But this is what I want to say though. About the drugs. Our people, we being attacked with, and people ain't gonna want to hear this. But the weed you smoking, like think about how much money you spend a day or a week on drugs. If you smoke that weed with these dispensaries and everything, like the drug is really keeping a lot of us broke. You know what I'm saying? I used to smoke a half a pound a day, a week. You know what I'm saying? And spending $50 a day on a 7 or some Vic, Michael Vick to get high. And then once I stopped smoking, I see how much money I got, how much money I'm saving by quitting doing drugs. So yeah, drugs is really critical to stop doing that weed, man. I'm telling you, because the shit that they putting out now is weaponized. People are getting sick every couple of weeks. They get sick and having to go to the hospital, almost dying off the new weed that you smoking because they poison the shit now. Since they know all of us do it, they poison the shit. I'm telling you, man, they poisoning that shit. And one dude signed the new shit in to get it tested, and it had all kind of chemical sprayed on it. They got what's that new thing they got? What people dying off of it? I think of it. Yeah, fentanyl. They're spraying that shit on the weed now. And then the weed that you smoking, especially if you get in front of the dispensary, it's a crossbreed with heroin. And that's why when you try to get off of it, it's hard to get off. And that's why weed wasn't addictive 20, 30 years ago. Weed wasn't addictive. You can smoke your joint every month, once every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You got people that a whole zip lasts them a whole month, right? But now you smoking that shit like crack. Really, there's people that you might not want to believe this. People might get offended, but the weed is the new crack. I'm telling you, man, that's what this doing. So yeah, man, see how much money you will have then how your brain, because it slow your mind down too. It kills your short brain cells where you lose. You might have your keys in your pocket and you looking for them because you or lose your shit. You lose a lot of shit smoking that shit. Like lose your phone. Oh, like you know what I'm saying? Different thing. Lose your wallet because it's made to it's weaponized for that in this day and time. Like 20, and now unless you growing your own shit, you know what I'm saying? That's cool because the weed is our shit. We called it wacky tobacco. We called it wacky tobacco over here, right? And we know we used it for. We didn't use it. People using it for recreation. Listen at that, recreation, right? You recreation. But when we had and we grew it as wacky tobacco as the natives, we used it as a peace grass. Meaning, say like if me and you was in the same tribe, if we had a beef, when the sun went down, the medicine man, because the medicine man was the one that was in control of it. They would send a strong brave, like a big warrior of our tribe to come retrieve both of us. Then they would bring us to the TP, the chief TP. And then we would put smoke off a peace pipe like Orisha do on the peace pipe. And then we would hit it 2 times, only twice. And then we would pass it around. Everybody hit it twice. And then we would talk our differences out. And usually once you hit the shit, the smoke, you be like, man, what we was now saying? I love you, bro. And then you hugging them and everything. But now it's used. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. People don't want to hear this. But now it's we used to use it to make peace, and even amongst different chiefs, they would have us sit down and puff, pass. But if you sitting there smoking a whole blunt, right? You know what a blunt means? Go look it up. It means not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So I think I see that our people as a whole and how they starting to legalize it now and put it on every corner. They sell it in the corner stores almost now in some states. So yeah, I think just think about if you smoke weed, man, how much money do you spend on that shit? It really a lot of people living check to check because they smoke this shit. You know what I'm saying? So and not only that, the other drugs. Go ahead. I'll rest my case.
Now I will say this. We talking about wealth, right? So I always talk about controlling the market. Grow your own, or mess with farmers that grow their own, deal with their own. We should be past that, but you should be only dealing with, you know what I'm saying? You're right. Don't buy nothing out the stores. But I'm a I'm a Skywalker, so that means I stay high. I'm a high priest. You know what I'm saying? So I smoke, but at the same time, control the market. We got to learn how to control the market. So what does that mean? That means in every faction of life, every part of that checkerboard, chessboard, whatever, we need to control that. Food, control it. Livestock, control it. Land, control it. Trust, control it. Commodities, control it. Like you say, we medicine man. They call them drug dealers now, but back then they call them medicine man because once we get into our trust and get back into our living into our indigenous rights, we get to live in our ways. You know what I'm saying? Our indigenous ways, which means that brings the medicine men, the shamans, the medicine women, the doulas, all these different people that know how to use the herbs. You know what I'm saying? To help people. So we have to learn how to control the market, not run from a market, but learn how to control our market and stop buying it from everybody. We buy, like you said, our only disease is spending money with everybody else. If we focus on ourselves and locked in, but go ahead though.
You know something too? They even got it to where most of the jobs, the good jobs, you got to be drug tested, and then we stay in your system the longest. So that's cutting us out of the job market, even though we trying to create shit for our own and not going for them. Like for the average guy, there's like it's a dude that's he 49 years old. He don't even like then it takes your motivation in a way. And so for some people it take their motivation to wanna, you know what I'm saying, elevate. You wanna just sit still, it make you be stuck. I'm telling you, that shit is the new crack. It's the new crack, man. I know people are getting offended because they smoke it. I don't feel bad. I used to smoke it.
I just feel like I like it. I like it because for me, you're absolutely right. For me, it might slow me down, but that's what I need. I might need to be balanced out. I got, you know what I'm saying, little stress problems. Now, for other people, I'm not talking about the drugs either way. What I'm talking about is I don't want to give nobody the excuse to say, oh, well, they won't give me a job. That's perfect. Listen, you from Louisiana, right? My grandma from Michoud. You know Michoud on East Side New Orleans, right? Listen, one thing about it, where they lacked, where they didn't give them opportunities, they created their own. I came up vending off of Bullard, you know what I'm saying, just vending, just on corners, street corners, just selling stuff. So it's like create your own businesses. Like the guy that you just said, buying clothes. There's somebody out there that know how to make clothes. There's somebody out there, and we don't blame the drugs because there was crackheads that can fix your whole car. He'll pull your engine out with his bare hands. So it's not like it says I don't care about the drugs one way or the other. I don't care about nobody's personal life. We hear about the wealth part. The wealth part is control the market, right?
How much money do you spend on weed though? Like how much money? Because like all that money can be going to
you asking me? You asking me?
No, anybody that want to answer that smoke. How much money do you think you spend?
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I'm talking about the part where you said about the jobs, about they can't get a job. You're right about the weed. Just to let you know, you're absolutely right. Just say no, kids. But as far as the jobs, I like the fact that we are our best. We are chaotic beings. We don't want to acknowledge that, but we're chaotic beings, right? When we at our lowest, when we got our backs up against the wall, that's when we get our most creative. That's when we start creating everything. That's when we create the cotton gins and everything else that we created through all time. I want to cut that umbilical cord from the government and get government assistance and everything. When they say they were stopping food stamps, yes, black men about to be back in style again. You know what I'm saying? We got like I want them to say, yo, we can't work for nobody else. So what does that mean? That means I got to go work for that black-owned business that don't give be in your personal business. I care about your character. I care about what do you bring to my business? You might be the best salesman in the world. You know why? Because you sell drugs. You used to be a medicine man. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't argue the drug part neither way. I'm saying we don't give men excuses. If he's 43 years old, he did not make 43 years around his son not realizing how to survive as a melanated man. So that's all I'm saying, period. You know what I'm saying? We talking about wealth, control the market. If you have a problem, find that solution. Or are you a lion? Does a lion figure, you know what I'm saying? No, the lion just, it is what it is. So,
my dad, like if you smoke it and you sell it, my dad used to tell us monkeys can't sell bananas. Well, a monkey can't sell bananas because that's what he eat. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so either like I ain't picking on nobody, and then because like I say, I've been smoking since I was in the like 10th grade, all the way up until probably like about a year and a half ago. So yeah, but I see that based on me doing that for so long, and then seeing when I quit, boom, look how much I got. Since I just quit. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard to quit, right? I had to get almost sick and then say, you know what, I'm just gonna quit. And then boom. So yeah, but like I ain't gotta keep talking about it because I see people, you know, it's cool though. But it's like this. We gotta open up our own market. And like I was saying earlier, we gotta start creating our own product, our own deodorant. They poisoning our deodorant, they poisoning our food. And then I come to find out, I just found out the other day that these the black 13 families, the noble black nobilities, they don't even eat at none of the grocery stores they own. They don't eat at none of the restaurants they own. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell is that? Like, how you don't eat at your own? Because they pausing the shit. They pausing all the shit. They got separate chefs. Right. They got private chefs. They got their own chicken farms where they don't feed none of their chickens the same shit they feed the Popeyes chickens and all these other ones. You ever notice they put all the chicken restaurants in the dark skin people neighborhood? When I was riding in like the suburbs, you don't even see no Church's chicken. You don't see no damn Popeyes. You don't see no KFC. You don't see none of the. And I'm thinking, damn, this got to be some kind of psyop here, right? And so yeah, we got to start realizing that we at war, whether it's a financial war, a spiritual war, we at war all around the board, and we got to become more conscious and more aware of what's going around, happening around us, and start to put our minds together and each one teach one. Some people, everybody of us, all of our people, not gonna come online. They not meant to come online. That's why they went out and got to Dr. Fauci, man. They went out and got to Dr. Fauci. Yeah, so those, and some of them guys like my cousin. He paint cars, got his own paint business. He didn't even have to go take it. I tried to talk him out of it, but he argued with me. You know what he said? He said, man, I don't care what you say, you ain't smarter than Bill Gates. And Bill Gates said, it's cool, right? So when you dealing with people like that, you just got to keep it moving, man, and because the planet, like we talking about the Lionsgate portal today, right? So the planet is making a shift, right? The planet is making a shift to a higher dimension, to a higher realm, as far as the going into the Aquarian age and the sun cycle. but the planet is being slowed down to make that shift because of people like that. Because of people like my cousin who said, "Oh no, man, I'm going. I don't gotta go get it. I ain't gonna lose no job by going. If I don't take it, so I'm." But Bill Gates said, you know what I'm saying? He built computers. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever built a computer? If you ain't built a computer, you can't tell me not to go get it. So it's like you dealing with people like that. So
now you said Bill Gates built a computer?
What you said?
You said Bill Gates built a computer?
Yeah, no, he say no. He talking as far as the Macintosh, like he put them. He's in control of the Windows and all that. Like I know what he meant, but like the computer go back really before him. But you know what I'm saying? I know what he meant when he was saying it, right? But
you know, that's the only thing he did. We had this conversation the other day. We talking about wealth, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing over and over again. You are the wealth. You are the network now. We don't got to worry about like he was just a network. If he put a bunch of great, amazing minds together. That was it. He didn't have to be the brightest one. He put some money behind his approach and took credit for it. The black woman created the computer. The black woman was the first computer, just like you. You the network now. You know what I'm saying? That was all he was the network. We give a lot of these people like Tesla and all these different people a lot of too much credit for in my opinion. But do me one favor before we switch up real quick, Chief. Do me one favor. Listen, I'll cash up you. I swear to God. Listen, do me one favor. You do it for me. Say, real quick. Yeah. Say,
Hey, I know you. Master P. Make him say, right. He got that from watching the cows and the pasture, right? Master P is a miller. I'm kin to the Millers. My brother looked just like C Murder. I'm kin to the Millers, and I'm kin to the Williams. That's Birdman them. So a lot of us in New Orleans and in the Louisiana areas, we the Choctaw Washita Nation, right? So you will see similar features with all of us, right? So that's what that is, right? Coming down out of the Louisiana area, and a lot of us we have similar swag because of the type of demographics there. Like at one point, we was wearing everybody's wearing white tees and reeds because of Cash Money, and then we wear camouflage, because of no limit and etc. So. Yeah, man. Those my peoples. P them, the Miller and the Williams on my grandma's side. Yeah.
Yo, we better switch it around real quick, man. And get because we got 8 special guests on the 808 portal. And it's about to be 8 o'clock in their time zone, so we better switch it up. So but we're gonna mix around some chemistry tonight and come back around. Goddess, do you have anything before we switch out? Dr. Kill?
I would just encourage everybody to stay around high vibrational people. Stay around people that know how to manifest and that will teach you about wealth, how to accumulate wealth and how to protect your wealth. Because during this time, the ancestors have allowed the information that the elite was keeping away from us to come out. For example, and that's why I say stay around high vibrational people like Chief Mac, Dr. Kia Pruitt, that's me, the young elder, Orisha Stone. We're going to teach you how to wear jewels and adornments to resurrect or to invoke the gods and our ancestors. We're going to teach you about foreign currencies. We're going to teach you about silver and gold and how to accumulate and invest in precious metals. We're going to teach you about several pillars of wealth so that you can accumulate that and pass that down to your posterity. Only stay around high vibrational people. Having said that, I'll end with read books that align with what we teach over here. Some of the books that people don't talk about are The Art of War, The 48 Laws of Power, and there are other books. But I'll end with this. One of the laws, law number 10 of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, is avoid unhappy and unlucky people. Stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky unless the gods have called you to bring them on to where you are. Read those books and stay around high vibrational people. Those people that have hatred, malice, envy that Chief Mac always talk about in their hearts, they need to deal with themselves and they need to get their hearts right with the Most High and with the ancestors. The rest of us are over here cultivating a spirit of love, joy, peace, and kindness and high vibrational energy as well as wealth. And let me tell you something, when you separate yourself from negative people and negative energies and you align yourself with positive people and positive energies, including the elements that have positive energies like precious metals and rare earth minerals. When you do that, align yourself with the positivity, you will then start to think on a higher level and you will start to build. And when you build, they will come.
I say. Goddess, I love that transition because we're about to move into the transition of luxury with two other goddesses, the goddesses of luxury themselves. So thank you for that, goddess. We'll be right back with you, Dr. Kill.
Okay.
Who do we have here? Miss April Gary, how are you doing?
Hello, doing well. All right. Happy to be on this call. Such wonderful people with so much power and so much energy, so much information. Just grateful to be here.
Yes, ma'am. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and what are you talking about tonight? Because me and you had a conversation, and the conversation me and you had was kind of amazing. So I want you to tap into your wealth aspect. We 808. I want the whole shebang when it comes to this, the whole thing when it comes to the wealth aspect. How do we get wealth? How do we protect wealth? And how do we bring wealth into our lives?
Yeah, well, it's so interesting. Today, a wonderful day to just really tap in. This is about our manifestations, our intentions, and our mindfulness. And I'm mindful today. I'm here at the Inner Architecture here in Augusta, Georgia. This is the store I have here. And just been talking to people about, just this whole manifestation today. And I'm wearing a piece, actually, Brother Nabi Stone, right here. This is one of your pieces, actually. This is citrine, right? So we've got on some citrine. And do you know this is a perfect stone for money? So I've got it here. I've got it by my cash register here at the work because it draws here money for the company itself. But there's more to it than that. You've got citrine. It's aligned with certain planets as well. You've got the sun, you've got the earth, and then you have Sirius. So Sirius is that time where all the power of Sirius, all the power of the sun, everything is magnetized. Dr. Kia Pruitt put it so well. She was explaining that science so hard, and so are the other brothers that were on the call. And it just all comes together, now with our intent for money, using our third eye, using our crown chakra. Those are the chakras that are aligned right now. Those are the energy centers of our bodies that are being, that's waking up, as well as the solar plexus. Now, how does that tie together? Well, we've got the solar plexus. We got the frequency of the solar plexus, just 528 hertz, right? We've got that. That's the solfeglio, right? So you could use your energy, your power frequency, sound frequency for that, as well as the food you can eat. It's a time for yellow food. So the solar plexus, yellow food, Sirius B, the sun, all of this comes together because this is a science. Now, I'm going to get to the spiritual side of that. How do I bring money into my hands? Right? So for me, April Gary, and with the spiritually gifted community, we always go in that spirit plane. How do we go get that money? What deities are we talking about? Right? What deities work with the solar plexus? What deities work with Sirius B? What deities are going to work with us to help bring us money? Because we're praying all this stuff, but who are you praying to? Right? So there's a few ancient deities that we could talk to. Sekhmet, right? Sekhmet out of Egypt. She governs sun, prosperity and wealth, right? So we can ask her to help us as well. What do we give her in return? That's the thing. We pray for things, but what do we give in return? See, there's always that reciprocity piece, right? We can go back to Demeter out of Greece, and that's us again, Black Demeter, right? So there's deities that'll work on our behalf as well. We talk about this stuff with the spiritually gifted community, how it all comes together. Now I'm gonna go back to the stone for a minute. Beautiful stones. This is citrine here, and I've got this for sale here at the Inner Architecture, so you can get your hands on it. I've got it here wearing it today. Today is a perfect day for citrine. Wear the citrine, eat yellow foods as squash, pineapples, papaya. Those things help change your frequency to the 528. Today is a 528 day. So you use that frequency, and then you're going to imagine money in your hands. You got to use your third eye, your crown chakra, to bring the energy in from the cosmos. And when you do, imagine that money's in your hand. I can hold on to this citrine here, right? And imagine this money coming into my hands. I hold it, I put it in my pockets, right? I put it in my purse, I put it in my bank accounts. I'm imagining it all going in those spaces for me because my imagination is activated, especially today, right? So there's all these pieces that come together, right? That solar plexus, the color yellow. We're talking about the sun. We're talking about Mother Earth, and we're talking about Sirius. So those are the things that we have to begin to tap into now, right? Understand the whole complexity of it, structure it in a way that when we need to call on what we need to call on, we know how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, who we're talking to, and how we give back, right, to that deity. So that's what page I'm on today, is bringing in the good energy. I got, again, the citrine that's happening for me today. So thank you, brother, because that was perfect for me to have this in the store today to help bring money. And I was telling people all about that today.
I say. And can you one more time, because I love the name of your luxury, can you name your brand one more time for me?
Yes, this store is called The Inner Architecture. And if you're interested in any of our items, aprilgarymedia.com. That's aprilgarymedia.com. That's any way you can reach me in that way. And so with April Gary Media, we've got all sorts of things. And we have a lot of things on our website, but also you can tap in if you're talking about money and really understanding this, understanding how these stones work for you. The spiritually gifted community have a call on Sundays, right? And we talk about each chakra, each stone that's related to that, because it's not just a stone, Brother Nabi, that you're working with, right? This is power. There's a planet associated with it. There's flowers associated with it. There's foods associated with it. There's goddesses and gods associated with it. So let's align all of those things to maximize the power and understanding of how the whole cosmos work, right?
I see.
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
aprilgarymedia.com.
Luxury. When we step into her store, we're not Orisha Stone no more. We're Orisha G Way. You got to be luxurious. You got to change clothes to walk in her store. Where are you from? Before we, because I like connecting everybody. Where are you from, Goddess April?
Yes, I'm in Augusta, Georgia right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Augusta,
So
Georgia.
we about to jump from Augusta, Georgia to New Orleans. With I'm so sorry, Sister Jada J from the Jada J Conscious Conversation Show from New Orleans. How you doing, Sister Jada?
I'm doing pretty good, God. How are you doing? And welcome to all the other gods on the panel. How are y'all doing?
Peace, Goddess, peace. Tell us where you're from. Tell us about your business. Tell us about your program. Tell us about that beautiful bling you got on. Who are we speaking to tonight?
Absolutely. I am Jada J. I'm everybody's big sister. I have a talk show called Conscious Conversations. I also do relationship mediation. I deal with people who are overcoming trauma. I offer a safe space to men and children. As most people who know and follow me, my 11-year-old son, he took his life in 2002. And so I also go into the schools and I teach teenage suicide prevention. Also, just the development of the family and how that co-parenting, whether you are not together or not, how it affects the mind of the children. So, yes, sir. And as far as my bling is concerned, all the jewelry that I wear, I've gotten from my big little brother, Nabi. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's the Shungite chunk because I used to be working with computers all the time when I was an adjuster. And Nabi gifted me this with the Jaguar on it. And then with this being the Lion's Gate, I don't pull my Ankh out often with the sign of knowledge. I got the snake on here with the Ankh that is obsidian. It also has some Amherst in it, and I want to say aquamarine. So this is also a one-of-a-kind piece from Nabi.
Man, you pull something out the crate. That's years ago. We don't even work like that no more, man. You make me, I don't know how to feel about that.
Man,
That's
look,
beautiful.
this brother keeps me dripping. And I'm going to be quite honest. I come out of the school of the Nation of Islam. We were always taught that women wear pearls. Pearls is a sign of class and dignity. But Nabi, he put me on jewels and moldavite. And he put me on just silver and gold and the importance of it. You know, trading and spices and and herbs. And when I met this brother, he was selling these African t-shirts that eventually came very, very popular. And he was always hustling. And really, when I tell you, even though I'm the older statesman, I learned so much. And I just want to thank you because, bruh, you put me on. He gifted me 2 valuable rubies. Somebody will bust me in the head for these rubies, you know? So, yeah. And I'm proud of you too,
Yes, sir.
bruh.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Goddess. And we'll get back to you in shortly.
Absolutely.
I am saying, please introduce yourself. No, I don't want to be disrespectful. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. You on mute, Goddess? You on mute?
I am creation. I am animation. I am the brightest, vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am zip, pep, pizzazz, punch, bounce, moxie, mojo, whatever you call it. I am. Ache, 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 ache. I am SCG 13. I am from California and I represent Infinionaire Ministries. I help people remember who they are through the work of this technology, scalar technology, crystals, metals, and resin, the technology of our ancestors. And so I teach people how to create this so that they can have some way to protect themselves from all of this negativity, all of this dark energy, be able to find the balance within yourself. I wanted to sing who I am today because it is 888. It is the Sirius star. It is a whole planetary shift that's happening. And what Sister April is talking about, your chakra system, that is what I do with people. I help them recognize what the 9 chakra system is, from the earth star all the way to the soul star chakra. We use the orgone technology to assist in that elevation and clearing out negative energy, toxic debris, so that they can remember who they are. And once they remember who they are and recognize that they are sovereign, energetic soul beings on the planet with inalienable rights, then we take them to the next level of their training, and is their ministry work. Ache to Chief Mac, Ache to Dr. Kia Pruitt, because the information that they give is very valuable. A lot of people don't know about me because I'm on the private side. So I really only like to talk to private people, that when I do things like this, right? When I go like that, when I go like this, when I go like this, like they know what that means. They know what that, been in this game for a minute, doing this for a while, right? And so what you're looking at here, Dr. Kia Pruitt talked about foreign currencies. There's a big transformation that's happening on the planet. And right now, these foreign currencies are more valuable than the garbage greenback that they're distributing among the planet. And this is why people like Orisha Stone come on and give you the mineral report and talk to you about things that are really valuable, like stones and metals, for foreign currencies from other countries that are doing way better, right? Because there's a lot going on geopolitically. And if you listen to Dr. Kia and you check out Chief Mac, you'll know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. And so this is a time, it's a beautiful, wonderful, celebratory time. It is not time to be sad for anybody. Those who don't get it, they'll have a time. Look, you'll have a chance to come back later. Don't trip, because we're eternal beings. We don't die, right?
Listen,
We
I
keep coming
always tell
through,
them,
right?
I always
So
need
if
janitors.
you are not getting it right now, there is no time to try to pull somebody in. Because here's the thing. You will recognize that you are the currency of the planet. That's what we teach at Infinity
Mm.
Industries. You are the money. We teach people how to liquidate their assets through their gifts. But you don't know what your gifts are if you don't even know what system you're operating in your Lamborghini. right? Because we are infinite, abundant beings, right? This whole poverty conscious, those are all programs that were created so that people could forget who they truly are. But abracadabra, hello, motherfucker, remember who you are, because it is that time.
I'm saying.
I check to all of the I ministers, all of the people that support this movement and the things that I do. If you know, you know, and I check to Orisha Stone for introducing me to an amazing community that y'all know how to move. Y'all know who y'all are. And those that have been fooling with me, y'all already get it. Before I get off the mic, let me tell you, I'm rocking this copper. This is copper right here. Inside of the copper, I have moldavite. Inside of the moldavite, there's also shungite. I did not create this. I chant to Master Melchizedek Moore from the United Kingdom. He has been blessing me with this technology so that I can remember who I am, so that I could protect myself from all of this technology, all of this mess that exists on the planet. Oh, hold up. Hola. Yes. Oh, Melchizedek. Yeah, no, I'm on live right now with Orisha Stone. Oh yeah, no, I'm letting them know they're getting it. Yeah, the copper melt T44. Yeah, the one that you use over your womb to help with womb healing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm telling. Yeah, I got you. I check Melchizedek. This is the copper melt phone. You put that on your womb. You put that anywhere in your body. This is pure copper with shungite, and you could use it any way you like. I use it on my ear because sometimes these people that trying to have all this bullshit, right? I need to make sure that I'm aligned with righteousness. I need to make sure that my connection is clear with the Creator, with Most High, right? So I make sure that I have these tools handy. And these are things that you can create on your own. So yes, support your community and support, the people that are doing this work, but remember who you are and know that you could take it behind to Home Depot, to Lowe's. You can grab yourself some copper wire. You can get yourself a copper tube like this, and then you could put some stones on it, all kinds of stones. You could get some Gorilla Glue, right? Get some Gorilla Glue, tighten those stones in there, inside of it. Put some crystals in there, put your intention in there, put it in the sun, rock with it all the time, recognize what it is and what it does. If you're feeling any kind of pain, you could put it in your body, you could align your chakras with it. And all this information, when you meditate and you take time with nature and you hug trees and you plant your feet on the ground, you get this information directly from source. You don't really need to, you don't need to subscribe to nothing, right? Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. This is about you recognizing who you are and recognizing your power. And once you do that and you remember, it'll be easy for you to connect with all of the beings that came for your highest benefit. The ones that are not here for your highest good, cut them. Let them go. They'll be back.
God is. I'll say this. We were just talking about sacred adornments. We were just talking about riches and things of that nature. And you have this beautiful crown on, and they don't understand what you just showed. Some people might not, some people do. That's why, you know what? Maybe they do. I ain't gonna talk down on our crowd because they got some geniuses. I'll be watching the comments. We got some amazing people that come from all sorts of different worlds with these ministers of wealth on, but especially with the April Gary, Melanated Immortals, Dr. Kia. Now you just showed a crown with a piece of moldavite on your third eye.
Yes.
Now, people don't understand the kind of energy. I always got motivate on myself. I got my favorite pieces. I got motivate everywhere. I'm the MANSAMUSA motivate. But to have it on your third eye, that's next level. And I'm mad at you too, by the way, because you've never, we got to have a whole mineral report because you have not done this. Well, you didn't show me all, you didn't pull the tools out last time. So talk to me a little bit, what feeling, what energy. And I know we're going to talk, we talk about things from the spiritual aspect, but we got to feed them for what they want, 4% material. What investment is that motivate? What spiritual aspect is that motivate? And what energy is coming from that motivate that you're wearing on your third eye?
Ache, the moldavite is connecting me to my ancestors in the planet Sirius. Moldavite is not a stone from here, from this planet. In order for you to be able to rock moldavite and not pass the hell out, especially when you got it with copper, and copper is a conductor. So copper is conducting the metaphysical healing properties of the moldavite and the shungite, and it is activated. It is highly activated through my own energy and my intention. My vibrational frequency, without me saying anything, is giving me everything that it needs. The reason why I never wore this before, because it wasn't time before. And when you told me to come equipped today, and I know what time and what day it is, they said, come equipped. I want to show you something else. This is a piece that I collaborated with Master Melchizedek Moore. And this piece in here has a Triskelion. I wrapped it in copper. It has lapis lazuli. It has crystal quartz. It has azurite. It has bamboo coral. It has shungite. It has crystal quartz. It has selenite. And the stone in the inside, I remember that they told me that it was a merlinite, but I don't believe that it's a merlinite because merlinite is black and white. So I can't fully say exactly what this is, but what this energy is doing right now, my energy is being viewed by hundreds and millions of people, right? Whether it's in this moment or in the future. And so what I am doing, I have adopted what my Egyptian ancestors taught me. I'm protecting my energy here, now, later, and forever, right? So when people view you, whatever it is that they're feeling, they're sending that energy right back to you because we're all energy, and energy is very powerful. And so people that are in front of a screen, this powerful screen right here, we have to know how to protect ourselves. I want to show you something else that I'm rocking right here. I got to make space for it so that you could see it. I want to lift it because, you know, for high frequency situations, high energy is truly required, right? And so what this energy is doing is protecting me from all of the energy that is coming my way, good, bad, or indifferent, and it is
Nice.
alchemizing and it is multiplying the energy. I'm also using the energy of an archangel. This is Archangel Raphael. So I'm using the energy of Archangel Raphael. We got bells in it. This is a collaboration between me and Solution Ministries. And so this is a filtration system that is protecting my entire home from low vibrational energy. So anyone that is watching this here broadcast, this transmission, your energy is being automatically transformed. You could be a hater, you know, like if you hating, bring it, right? Bring it as low and as deep as you like. Because we here, we know what to do with that. We're transformers. The darker the energy, the sweeter and the nicer the shine on the diamond. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is what that energy does. And the reason why I think so highly of what Chief Mac and what Kia Pruitt are doing. This technology is a technology that they like to terminate people with, right? They like to, if you start talking about this technology publicly, they're going to take you out in one way or another. They're going to riddle you with fear, whatever it is that they do. And so that protection, that need to protect my intellectual property, which is this is sacred property. I'm a lawful ordained minister. I recognize and know my power. So anybody try to fool with me and my intellectual property and what I know belongs to me, then they're going to have to deal with that wrath.
I
And so
see.
I help people recognize what that wrath is. Because in this world that everybody's so scared of this government and this system, it is like the Wizard of Oz. And they work by paperwork and they scare people by trust and different things, just like someone else was speaking before. I believe it was Chief Mac. No, I think it was Young Elder that was talking about how there's a one store, right? You have a private organization. This private organization is private, right? So they don't have to tell you who they are unless you're really looking, right? But then when you really start looking, you're seeing, oh, yeah, they own McDonald's and Arby's and Starbucks and all of these different things. It's the same as people. And so the system that they're using is lawful, and ignorance is no excuse of the law. So they've been doing it to us all this time. But after 2013, when the veil started getting lifted, and 2020, when it got really clear, we started getting the truth of what it is. And it's not about being scared of anything. It's about remembering who you are, right? And once you remember who you are, you stand on that shit. Right? Not because somebody else told you what it is, not because you got some paperwork that says, look, I'm a private minister. You got to know who you are. If you don't know it, ain't no paperwork gonna save your ass. So get with your ancestors, get with the work, go into that darkness, right? Figure out who it is that you are really, not who they told you that you are, not who you think that you are, but who you know that you are. Ache. And here at this network here is a collaboration of a lot of masters that can assist you with everything that you need. I am honored and grateful to be a part of this platform tonight with you ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. This is powerful and it'll last forever. And we got it locked down with the good energy. I yield.
No, listen, just to let y'all know, we just passed around just the introduction. That was just the introduction. We just getting started. The reason I said something about the Motivite was because we asked about it and she didn't tell you about it. She showed you on her third eye how her mind is everywhere all at once. That's energy. I keep my first ever piece of Motivite on me at all times. Where that's an energy that you have to experience, and it's a wealth. It's a wealth of dormant. We talk about silver and gold, but we don't talk about those other commodities. When we look at bricks, they say rare earth minerals. They just trying to use different words to talk over our heads. Rare earth minerals. They're talking about Motivites. They're talking about the shungites. This got to show the piece with the shungite on her neck that she got maybe about 6-7 years ago. You do the orgone energy, which is doing the same exact thing, but you put your divine feminine on it, and that orgone piece that you showed that's next level. Those pyramids, we most definitely, people don't understand that our women, the melanated women, get fibroid tumors and breast cancer more than anybody. Why? Because this 5G, this technology, the 6G, the 7G, all this technology. We keep the phones in your bra, in your pelvic area. We got perms, the food we eat, and all this, etc. Now, when you're giving them this technology that they keep them by the computers, by they all this, you're protecting people, and you're giving them something to remind them of themselves and raise their vibration and their frequency. What's this, guys?
This is, if you got a cell phone, the energy of the cell phone, you have a lot of energy centers in the palm of your hand. So the energy of your cell phone is causing damage, absolutely 100%, for sure, in my opinion, right? And so when you have a crystal, when you have orgone technology, scalar technology, and you have it in your wrist on the hand that you're using to use the phone, you are mitigating that energy and you're keeping it from entering into your body. But check this out. It's not just the stones. You are the main activator of these tools. I yield.
I see. Goddess Data. Your first piece of Motivite. Do you still have your first piece of Motivite?
No, I don't still have it.
Wow. Okay. Well, tell us about the energy that when you were experiencing, what energy did you get from it? And now that you don't have it, and you see how the price changed from when you got it to now, you can bear witness to them. Is it a good investment or not? But go ahead.
Yeah, the very first piece of Motivite I received, you gave it to me, and it was wrapped in a copper thing. That's when you first started. And when I first put it on, it kind of rocked me. Like there was like this feeling that came over me, and you had told me to be careful, and I didn't believe you because I had never worn stones before. But it had a wonderful feeling. I know I have given some to certain people when I was selling some of the jewelry, and it would affect them to the point where they couldn't wear it. But now it is so rare because it's become very popular. But you were doing this back 8-9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I still hold a lot of my pieces. My brother, I'm still waiting for my original piece, but I think you kind of upgraded in terms of the other things that you've given me. But I also wanted to make 2 points on what this beautiful sister said. Number one was about the paper, and the brother was talking about the trust too. I understand that everybody is moving more into the trust and hiding, putting their assets into the trust. But when this civilization is falling, and now that they no longer need us, which we Black women have been the wealth of this country for 471 years, we were the wealth. It's just kind of like how, these men breed dogs, and that woman, that female dog, she becomes their bread and butter. Well, now that they no longer need us, and they're moving more towards this digital society, which you can tell in terms of the government, the 300,000 Black women that they laid off, their need for us is gone. So not only are we the wealth still because of our womb, and we carry the mitochondria, or what they call the God gene, I think that as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the real wealth is the Black woman. And although we are wearing our intentions and we're wearing this jewelry, until we get our minds and our souls right and make ourselves where we need to be in terms of our families, I think that the wealth that we're looking for and the wealth that everybody covets, I think that it should be more aimed at who we are in terms of respecting and replacing the Black woman and the matriarchal system in terms of ruling.
Well, I'll say this: there is no, in our tribe, there is no replacing the Black woman, because we already know the Black. I know they don't want to say the word Black, melanated, indigenous, whatever. Right. We know that the indigenous woman of America is God. That's what I'm worried about. We talking about wealth. All my indigenous American our friends look rich to me. You know what I'm saying? We in a good situation. And like Chief Mack and young elder just said, all the people, they leave from Egypt. They'll leave from over there by the pyramids to come over here and set up a store in your neighborhood in New Orleans. They'll come all the way over here from India, from the Nagas and everything else, from all that. They come over here and set up a shop over here in Gary, Indiana, or Augusta, Georgia, or any one of right there in your neighborhood. So somebody lying.
They paper with the planet, and we're still dependent on and looking at that paper as real wealth, and it's not.
So that's why I said we don't got to worry about them changing us out. We just got to worry about paying our positions in the tribe. You've been tribe for a long time. You nationalized yourself a long time ago and claimed your nationality a long time ago. So that's what I always talk about. When you and Brother Roosevelt, big shout out to Brother Roosevelt, by the way, big chief in New Orleans, big chief in New Orleans. And that brother, you know what I'm saying, when I met, we'll talk about that later, but when I met that brother, he forced me into being an entrepreneur and forced me into my godhood, you know what I'm saying? So big respect to that guy and what they got putting down in the whole New Orleans and the Nation of Islam. God, it's April Gary. Are you familiar with Motivite?
Yes, I don't have Motivite on me right now. I've got to get that from you. But Sister Jada made a good point, and so did the other sister. Thank you so much for what you guys shared. And we're talking about, the energy that we can use, to protect us and watch over us, right? And also us being as Black women and our sons, our brothers, our dads, we have that money wealth, but we have that health wealth also to think about. I'm going to tie that together now. I'm going to tie together, all these wonderful stones that the cosmos, that the universe has provided for us, and how we can use that to draw, pull forth, and also push away energy as well. That's the alchemy, right? But the health part of that, right, especially right now with this whole 888, I talked about that sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, right, and what that governs, And so there's healing we can also get from these same stones. It can bring us money through currency itself, but it can also bring us wealth through our physical, right? Because we have a lot of healing that we need to do. That's physical healing, and that's emotional healing as well. So we can have all this money, right? We can have the money, we can have the wealth and all that, but if you don't have your physical health as well as your emotional health, then you just got a whole lot of stuff and you're miserable, and you're miserable in your life, you're miserable in everyone else's life. And for us to come back together as a people, we need that holistic thing, right? So we need the holistic healing. That includes all the finances, because you can't do nothing without funds. It's just an idea. You can have all the ideas in the world, but without funding, it's just an idea. So you have to have that, because it gives you autonomy. It gives you an opportunity to do whatever you need to do whenever you need to do it. So you may not be focused on just money because you're just a money person, but you still need it because you have to have it to do those things you want to accomplish. So we need all of that. We need the money funds, but we also need to heal ourselves. Right now in this 888, we're talking about the crown chakra, we're talking about the third eye chakra, and the sacral chakra. These chakras also govern certain emotions and behaviors, and imbalanced behaviors and emotions as well. And we have a lot of that going on because we're a broken people. We've been hurt and harmed, right? We've had a lot of trauma, and we can come back together through the healing of our chakras using these same stones. So, besides getting wealth and wearing them, and of course, they look great, but they also are healing us, right? It helps to balance us. It gives us the frequency we need so that we as a people can come back to our true selves. So we can align with the cosmos, so we can align with Mother Earth, and we can align with all the brothers and sisters that are around us, right? So if we can't communicate, we have all money in the world, we don't even communicate, right? Or we're arguing all the time, or we got all these issues going on with us, or we can't connect to the cosmos because our third eye is calcified, because our pineal gland is calcified. We have to decalcify those pineal gland and your crown chakra. And that's where your colloidal gold comes in handy, right? Is that you can decalcify it. And now that energy that needs to flow through, right? Your Dambala, through your chakras, that energy that resonates from the cosmos to here, making that stuff balanced now only makes bringing in wealth, prosperity, balancing our lives, it makes it even better for us. So we're going to use that in many different ways. Bring the money, let's get that health, right? And let's give out good things, bring the good things to us, right? So we can come in and think correctly and hear the voice of God, hear the voice of our ancestors, connect spiritually, right? In a way that resonates with the universe. So Sister Seg 13 and Sister Jada, right? I mean, I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, this is so awesome. All the energy that you're sharing and all these awesome words that you're speaking of and how this all comes together, brother. Just the stones. I'm thinking back, a few years ago, who was having this conversation? Who was really talking about how all of it's coming together. And now we're seeing things come full circle, right? Our ancestors are walking with us, right? Spirits are walking with us and giving us all the energy and information we need. We coming fierce with it, Sister Sec 13. We coming with it like, yeah, we got it. Okay, so and what? What you gonna do? We already have the power we need, and the universe is listening to us. So with that, it's nothing that we can't do, right? So we got to get the money. Some people turn their head away from finance and say, well, I'm not really into the money thing. And, I'm not really focused on money. You don't have to be focused on money. The thing is, this is a way for you to accomplish things, right? So you don't have to be big headed about it. You don't have to be arrogant about it, right? And so even for some people, they're just moderate with it. Now, I personally like luxury things because that's just part of what I do. That's part of who I am. I love luxury. It's written in the stars that luxury is one of the things that I do, right? So, and with that just means that there's enough resources for me to do the things and have the autonomy that I need. One person may be okay just going to the next town. I may want to travel around the world. You see? So that's a whole different finance. And that's okay. It's okay. Whichever part you want to play, that's okay. Let's just get those things that we need. Let's use these stones that we're talking about now to heal ourselves, heal our families, heal our animals. We talked about the chakras, right? Do you know your dog has chakras? Your dog has chakras. Your cat has chakras. You can heal your cats and your dogs with chakras, right? And we have the energy from the trees and the plants and the stones. All of this comes together, right? And that's what we're doing right now. This 888 is bringing it down, right? Remember, we just had that alignment of the other stars right there before the new moon. We had 7 planets that came and aligned. Remember that, right? And the first one was Mercury, which is Legba, SU, that opens the way. So SU opened the way for all the planets that came behind that. Oh, it was Loa, it was the Netaru, it was the Orisha, all the different deities came down. So we planted those seeds. The new moon came, and what did we do? We tarried. First of all, we tarried like the saints did, and then we prayed about them and basically planted those seeds. So now they're beginning to sprout. And that sun came up with that 888. It's on. It's on, right? You can feel it in your bones. Everything is aligning. Everything is coming out great. The brother was talking about how we have to clear out all the things that we don't need. Clear the stuff out that you don't need, right? Get a clean slate. Let go of those things that you don't need in your life right now so that you can be lifted, right? So that you can be aligned, with your own destiny, with your own, your plan, your divine plan. And if you don't know what that is, I can give that to you. I have a soul blueprint on aprilgarymedia.com. I'll give you your purpose for being on earth at this time, aligned with everything you do in your life. I'll give you that information specifically for you, where your finances are coming from. Because that's one thing, brother. We could say, I want finances, I want money, but you don't know where it's coming from. And you got all these ideas about what career I should do. How do I get money? I'm not sure what I should do, right? So you spend 2 years here, 3 years there, 4 years there, and you haven't figured it out, but you know you want money. Well, there's a divine plan. There's a cosmic plan. Planets are already aligned just for you when you were born. You need to know that information, right? aprilgarymedia.com. You interested in knowing your soul blueprint? That's what you need to check out, is that, so you'll know what it is you're supposed to do, because you know you're supposed to have it. How, when, where, why, and what? You need to answer those questions, right? Otherwise, you're kind of like spinning your wheels. It's like, I know I should, but where? I know when, but I'm not sure if this is exactly the time. I'm not sure. What should I do? You need those kind of answers. Spiritual Gifted Community, Sunday nights, 8 p.m., right? This is where we talk about these spiritual things. You know, I'm a prophet. I am a sybil, right? So I give spiritual messages to people. You know, I pass out tools to leaders, you know, and I just do my little part, right? And all these people with the skills, all the sisters on this call, Sister Pruitt, all the sisters are here, the brothers here, you're already leaders. You're very powerful. And I'm just grateful, you know, for the opportunity to be here with you, doing my little piece here. So I'm going to say ashe and I yield.
As far as more than a little piece, and like I said, we just getting started, because when we talk about wealth, it's a little different. Big shout out to my big sister in California, Queen Khalifa, Goddess Divinity Goddess, and the Khalifa Council. She's always talking about spiritual cleansiness. You have to spiritually stay clean. And man, you have conversations, you were like, sometimes the wealth ain't coming because you're not in fence way, you ain't cleaning your house right. Can you touch a little bit on that, Goddess?
Yes. You are talking to me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. You got feng shui. Okay. So I'm going to go deeper in feng shui, right? You got me have some energy in your house, right? That shouldn't be there. You can feel it when you come in. If you're spiritually gifted, that is that you're a little bit intuitive. You can come in, you can feel that something ain't quite right, right? How do you cleanse your house? Many ways to do it. Let's just go for a simple one, right? Now, simple one is sea salt. Let's go for some sea salt. You know, take a little sea salt, sprinkle it around your house, right? And do your little prayers. Okay, do your prayers. And as you pray, say all negativity, I want you to remove using the power of your mouth, power of your tongue, the power of your words to remove negativity. That's one way. Get that broom like your grandmother used to do. Take that broom, sprinkle, right? Take a little powder, a little white powder, sprinkle it. And that's going to represent any kind of negativity or stuff that don't belong in there. Get that broom and start sweeping out the front door. Sweep it out the front door, right? So we're symbolically doing this sweeping, but we're spiritually doing that sweeping as well. That's cleaning. Feng shui, well, you know. Feng shui, you know, you have to have everything pretty much in order, right? Get rid of things that are broken. You know, get rid of statues that have their head cut off, their arms cut off, and things like that, right? Because it could also bring that into your life. You want wholeness. That's part of feng shui. And there's certain colors you can use as well, right? So that goes into more the Asian or Chinese way of thinking about things. And the most ancient of Chinese are black. All right. So the other part about cleansing has to do with just your own body and your aura. Sometimes you just have negativity on you. Sometimes dark beings hang on you, right? They're on your back. Right. I deal with that a lot when I do readings for people. Right. They come and they say, I've got something negative happening, and I could see it. I could see like these ancient beings are just hanging out with you. Right. And it could be someone that passed away. It could be a family member, even, you know, that haven't went into the light yet. What do, you know, about that? Do we argue with them? We have a seance, right? I'm not going to even get into that part. I'm just going to say we're going to honor them, okay? Let's go honor those people that have passed on that may be hanging around you, that when you go to sleep, you can't sleep at night, right? Or when you go to sleep, you have bad dreams. They're trying to reach you in some way. One of the ways that you can do that is, again, you know, remember the dust to dust, ashes to ashes thing that Black people have done for years when somebody passes away? They take a little bit of gin or alcohol, go to the grave site, and they pour a little bit down, you know, dust to dust, ashes to ashes, and honor them in that way. Pouring energy back to the earth. That's one way to do it. And of course, It could be specific things for specific circumstances, but these are some of the ways that we used to know, right? We got to come back and learn those things because we're interacting all the time with the universe. And we need to know how to cleanse our energy, cleanse negativity, and stay out of those spaces where you can pick up negative energy, right? And doing those things where you can pick up, when I say dark beings, I was talking about people who have passed on and they're hanging on this plane and they'll grab you, right? It's like, oh, a body. I think I'll just hang out with her for a while, right? And you don't know what to do with that. So you can't sleep. You can't rest. It kind of follows you, and you need to know what to do. Yeah, I see the sage part too. That's good. Some of them need something stronger than that, right? You need something stronger than sage, you know? So again, aprilgarymedia.com, you're interested in knowing more about that, I can definitely tell you about it. But start with that salt, first of all. You know, cleanse your head. That's the other, your ori. Sometimes your ori just needs to be cleansed, right? Take your bucket, right? And put your little bit of sea salt in that bucket. Cool your head with some chamomile. Put some chamomile tea in there. Rinse your head out with that, right? And get your cool head so you can sleep. Your children can't sleep well, they're having bad nightmares. Take that, you know, there's a good remedy for that to cool their head, right? Is to do a good cleansing of their head, cleanse their ori, so their ori would be cleansed. So we have a lot of good options that we can do to align ourselves. And once we do that, clear that out, then those crystals and stones will work even better, right? They'll work even better for us when we can clear out negativity. And one more thing, sometimes we just need to let stuff go. We hold on to things. Some things is just, you know, traumas that we had, and it holds negative energy to our bodies. We haven't let them go yet, you know. Somebody did something to us, and we hold on to that anger, frustration, things of that nature. We have to give it back to whoever gave it to you. Hand it back to them. You don't have to hold on to it because it'll only hurt you. Okay, it'll cause you heart attacks, strokes, cancer, all of that. You need to let it go. Let it go. They say let go and let God, right? Let go, give it to God, find a way of healing. And for those things you've done to hurt other people, forgive yourself. Ask for forgiveness of others, right? Clear the slate. Sometimes we just need to clear the slate. Clear the slate, right? Just say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. My bad. You just need to say my bad, right? And do that, right? Those people that you really did wrong, see, you're holding some karmic debt with that, right? The ancestors saw you, all right? There's nothing you could do that's not seen, right? So you got to clear the slate sometimes, you know, and it's the same for you. You know, people do you wrong, you know, they need to clear the slate. And this is a lot that happens with us. We got a lot of stuff. We got so much stuff, right? You could think about childhood, all the little infractions, all the issues that have happened that we've held on to that we need to let go of. If we're talking about moving forward, that means we have to let go of those things that we don't need, pick up the things that we do need, okay? And that means just letting go, really letting go. That's where your health is. That's where your wealth is, right there, right? This is why your stomach is hurting, because you haven't let go of those issues that's going on. You're angry all the time. So it messes up your chakra system. And your head hurts because you're holding on to stuff that you should have let go on because, you know, you're vindictive. Let the vindictiveness go, you know. It's not that serious, you know. Let it go and move forward. Find your healing. Have that conversation, right? And then now the ancestors will work with you better. Ancestors don't want to work at all that stuff going on with you. It's like, well, she got stuff, she got issues. Ancestors not trying to work with you. You got way too much stuff. You're creating things, you know, and I know where it comes from. Sometimes it's because you're hurt. Sometimes you've been through a lot. You don't know what to do. Okay, I understand that, you know. The Orisha understand that. God understands that. You know, your ancestors and spirit guides understand that. But if you want to heal, you have to be ready to let those things go. You want some wealth and prosperity. You want the deities to work on your behalf because there's the one going to get it. You praying for it, but who do you think is doing the work? When you put your prayer out there, who do you think is doing the work on the spiritual plane? It's not you, because you're not on the spiritual plane. It has to be your spirit guides, your ancestors, your helpers that are helping you on that plane, right? So, right, I want to have a good communication with them. I want to be in good standing. Let's move all that negative stuff out of the way so that I have a clear communication with the ancestors, and your blessings will come. Your blessing, your healing will come, okay? Your letting go of things means you're going to feel better. You know, the heart palpitations will leave. You know, your digestive issues are going to leave because you're letting them go. So this this is a good time to let go of stuff. Right here with this 888. Let it go. Let it go. Move on. Do the right thing. Okay. Use your power crystals. Cleanse the air. Put your protection around. We all good. We all good right now. You got to grab that. You have to grab that and go get it. Go with that. Okay. That's the timing of it. Go with it. Walk with that, brother. I yield.
Yes, ma'am. And I love how you always embody the chakras, and it just, like I said, you always speak on it from a different perspective. I love when you went to the Ori, and then you said something about the sacral chakra. We talk about wealth. Well, we got to get familiar with that sacral chakra and that solar plex chakra. We got to get, we really got to get in contact, get familiar with that heart chakra as well. And then everything else starts flowing a whole lot better. And it's funny when you said about that stomach and the digestion and everything else. And so that's amazing. We're about to get ready to start rotating, but I am saying she spoke about a form of protection when she said using salt. We were talking about this the other day, and speaking about salt and everything else. Now, I really want, because people don't understand. I invested maybe a couple $1,000s in shungite a couple years ago, right? And it went over everybody's head. I was like, shungite is black gold. People still don't understand what I got. Now, when we talk about energy protection, and we could talk esoteric or we could talk science. Can you break down the science of having shungite and why that's a good investment and how that's an energy? I know that might not be talking about wealth, or maybe it is, but it is a protection because it protects y'all energy field. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, I would definitely recommend doing research on shungite because there's many ways that you can use it to protect yourself. You can drink it in water. You can use it automatically. Using shungite is going to protect you from the electromagnetic frequencies, from the digital pollution, from the negative energy. It is a very powerful source, shungite. So when you're using it raw, it's very powerful. When you use it in the formula of orgone technology and you're mixing it with the metals and the resin, you're amplifying the metaphysical healing properties and the vibrational frequency of that particular shungite. Shungite is the oldest stone on the planet. So if you really want to think about it, like every stone got a little bit of shungite in it. Like it was the original stone, right? So it has great powers. And you can drink it, but definitely do your research on it. You chop it all up, or you get it in powder form, and you mix it in the water, and you're able to drink it. And so it is worth the time to do the research on the shungite. And for people that want to work with me, you can find me at mastervibration13.com. You can also reach me via text 818-233-5776. We have a plethora of topics that we cover at Master Vibration 13 and Infinity Ministries. Ache, I yield.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I was trying to get Dr. Kia Prue on there because I most definitely want to mix this, the luxury. There she goes. Yes, luxury is your culture. The Minister of Wealth is in the building. All hail Sekhmet. This is a beautiful tribe of goddesses that talk about. They have intelligence when they talk about jewelry. It's not just wearing the jewelry. They study their jewelry. They know their wealth. Like I say, all of y'all are very, very powerful women in your own rights.
Thank you.
Dr. Kia, I'd love to introduce you to Goddess April Gary, and I am Seg. I am Seg is from California. Goddess April Gary is from Georgia. So with I'm gonna get out your way. Have you been listening to everything that's been going on?
No, I just caught the latter part, but I'll caught a great portion of it, but not everything.
Yes, ma'am. We just going back into it now.
Okay.
We more so having a conversation about wealth and how we can continue the wealth. If you got anything else, I am Seg was actually just give you a big shout out about the foreign currencies.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
And did you have any updates? Because we always look for you with updates when it comes to foreign currencies. This is the perfect time to give us any updates. We talking about abundance, manifesting. That means anything that we invest in the future is going to, the goddess just said she's planting seeds for the future. 5, 10, 15 years, we might be, you know what I'm saying? Our investments are growing. Things are growing right now as long as we keep our mind on it. So what do you think where we should be focused on? I've been looking at the yen. The yen has been going a little strange, a lot of information on the yen, so I'm looking into the yen. But what do you think we should be tapping into when it comes to foreign currency?
And speaking of the yen, it had plummeted, the Japanese yen, but the United States of America just now supported the yen, so that now the yen is backed by a stronger by commodities and is backed by a euro and stronger currency. So the yen is a good currency to invest in. Excuse me, I'm trying to lift up this computer. Thank you, baby. I saw one of the sisters have looks like the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnamese dong. Yes, Iraqi dinar. That's awesome. Yes, beautiful. The Vietnamese dong and do you have Zimbabwe?
Yes, I do.
Come on, sis. I love it. I love it. Those are some of the top 3 currencies that a lot of people in the currency community have gotten invested in. And I'll tell you just briefly why we do that. Because the United States used to go into these countries that would not use the USD because their country's currencies were stronger than the United States dollar, and they would instigate and declare war on those countries. They would either declare war on those countries or they would put sanctions on those countries and told them nobody could do business with them. And then when the United States would sanction those countries, their economy would become devastated, their currency would plummet, and the United States would, of course, bully them. So that they would either put sanctions on them or they would declare war on them and fund both sides of the war. And then the currencies again would plummet, the GDP would go down, and then the people in power knew to go in and buy up the currencies while they had depreciated in value and hold them and wait until after sanctions were lifted or until the wars were over. Because once the wars were over, the United States would go back in those countries, build up their infrastructure that had been decimated in war, then the value of their currency would go back up. And so all the people that had held onto those currencies and bought them then when they were low and devastated through war or sanctions, they would just go to the bank after those currencies would revalue or be reinstated back to their pre-war or pre-sanctioned value. And a lot of these presidents and bankers and CEOs and foreign nationals that are here making money off of us, they would become wealthy millionaires and billionaires overnight. Well, now we're living in a time where the ancestors have let us know about this information. So the update is many of those nations that we just spoke about and that the sister, she showed the currencies. Thank God. This is the ancestors at work for all of you that are watching this. I mean, who would have known we'd be talking about currencies and she'd have actually the sample of what they look like. Okay. So what's going on in all those countries and countries all over the world is that they have, through military operations, cleaned up the corruption. They've cleaned up the corruption and they replaced their leaders who were formerly politicians. They replaced those leaders now with people that are entrepreneurs and that have an economic and financial background. This is significant because politicians play games, right? But people that are businessmen, people that have an economics and financial background, they understand and can implement economic policies that will stabilize the country. And that's what these new leaders have done. So you're talking about cleaning out whole countries that were full of corruption, replacing the former presidents and prime ministers now with entrepreneurs with economic background, like President Trump. He has an economic and business background. But they've done that in Iraq. They've done that in Vietnam. They've done that in Zimbabwe even. They've done it in many other countries. So you're talking about cleaning up corruption, replacing new leaders with people who now have put in economic policies that will stabilize the country. They've repatriated their gold that was stolen and held at the Vatican. They repatriated back from the Vatican back to their countries. They've also accumulated gold in record numbers, as well as other rare earth metals and precious metals to support their currencies and back those currencies now that are about to be reinstated back to their normal value. So this is happening all over the world. So we are on the precipice of change where that wealth transfer is right at our back door. All you have to do is ask spirit and ancestors if we're telling the truth. And I know your spirit should be agreeing with us because we are telling the truth. And just by faith, take the leap. Get you some foreign currencies, because all these countries are now stable. They've all agreed to world peace. They've all repatriated their gold. They've got rid of the corruption. And now they have created an agreement between them that's called Project Sandman. There was a secret agreement between 209 nations to world peace. They agreed to world peace, and they agreed to stop trading with the United States dollar and only use their own local currencies backed by precious metals. That agreement has already been solidified. That's why President Trump created the Board of Peace, and many nations have joined it. That's why most nations are not at war. They're just waiting for that green light. So go ahead, family. This is your opportunity. We're not going to beg anybody. We're not going to, prompt anybody and cajole you. Those days are over. You're just going to have to take a leap of faith and trust your sisters and brother who's telling you the truth. Go to, what is it? You can go to 100trillions.com. That's 100 trillions with an S at the end.com. You can go to banknoteworld.com. You can go to greatamericancoincompany.com. You can go to ebay.com, safedinar.com. Or just go online and Google these foreign currencies, and you see Brother Orisha Stone has some information already up there. So just take the leap of faith and do it, because as I gave the update, everybody's already ready. They're waiting on President Trump. He's the one. He's the trumpet that will sound in Zion. He's the one that has been chosen to lead the military operation to take down the deep state. And this is why he's right here gotten rid of birthright citizenship, as I said earlier, and birth tourism, because this land belongs to us. And when you know that, you're going to do whatever you can to accumulate the wealth and restore all that's been stolen from us and pass it down to your future generations. And I'll yield.
I shall say, before I rotate, I really wanted to see. Goddess April, did you have any interaction for Dr. Kia Pruitt before we rotate?
To just tell her Ashe, and thank you so much for that information and everything that you share, sister. It's just an honor to be on this call with you, with all the knowledge that you have and the wisdom that you have. So I just want to give you Ashe for that, and I'm not as adept with the finances while I'm listening to you guys, right? My lane is a spiritual lane. Yes. So yes, that and IT.
But it all works together, doesn't it, Goddess?
Yes, it does. Yes. It all comes together. And, with all these pieces, we can make it all happen holistically. So I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Kia, she's not that far away. We most definitely got to get you. She has a luxury jewelry store. She can give you the location for a luxury jewelry store. We most definitely got to get you in her jewelry store and do a photo shoot. If you get there, whatever piece you want from me is on me. I got you. Okay. But most definitely got to get you to her store. She's only a couple hours away. We're gonna support. The way we get this wealth and keep this wealth is we keep that wealth in that circle 8. We keep that wealth circling within our 808. Thank you, Goddess April Gary. I am saying, did you have anything to say to either Goddess April or Dr. Kia? You're on mute, Goddess. I love her crystal mic. Magnified everything.
I moved around because I'm plugging up on the wall. But I wanted to say Ache to Miss April for doing the work on the chakra system, because it's so necessary and we need that. And we cannot get anywhere if we do not know who we are. So thank you for listening to your higher self and doing your work. I'm honored to be here on this stage with you. Dr. Kia Pruitt, I have watched you for a very long time doing this work. The work of the foreign currencies, that's something that my partner and I have been invested in it since 2017. We learned about the things that were going on in 2011 when we started working with the orgone technology. The orgone technology came by way of, we've done work for Area 51. At Area 51, there are orgone energy batteries there. And the people that we were working with at Area 51, the reason why they wanted to work with me and my partner, wait, let me make sure that my microphone check. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, so they wanted to work with us because the scientists that were working with the orgone technology, all due respect to them, right? They were Anglo. And so they needed the melanated energy that's inside of here, that is put inside of here, because my energy is melanated richly, right? And so that is what they needed as a formula to create this technology to use at Area 51 so that they can work with all of the energy that comes at Area 51. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of the people that are doing that work. I needed to address something really quick that Sister Jada said about everything that's happening in the world. It's so crazy. And, you know, the paperwork and all of that. Recognize that your sovereignty and you being able to put your sovereignty on the paper, like I said, it's not the paper, it's you. But what that is doing is each individual needs to know who they are. They're sovereign beings. They're infinite beings, and everybody needs to know that. So what we do at Infinite Air Ministries, you're not up under a ministry. You are being taught that you are the church. You are the vessel. And these foreign currencies are protection for your ministry, because this is how you turn your ministry into a bank. And if you want more information about that, please check out Dr. Kia Pruitt and Chief Mack, because they give y'all the grace of giving y'all that information at no cost, right? They're doing it all the time. She got shows, they got shows every day. You're not going to get that from I Minister SCG 13. I chair. So all honors to the people that are doing that work, and please donate. Because this is not something that they have to do. Anybody that knows about the 508c1a and how to live private, I chair to Chief Mack for doing what you do, because once you get your private paperwork, that means you are in your own jurisdiction. That means you are your own government system. So you better know what to do. And you can't blame nobody if you don't know what to do. So hey, there's so many people available, and I'm so grateful for all of them. I want to say especially thank you to Young Elder. There have been so many people that come to my community through your community and through Orisha Stone. So I would not be doing the things that I do publicly if it wasn't for y'all, because I'm a little hermit. That's why y'all see me in all my little plush. I got to give it to Harvest Girl. Everything that I'm wearing is made by somebody. I didn't get it from no store. So Harvest Girl on Facebook, she makes clothing, and I wanted her to make something that I knew nobody was going to be wearing, because ain't nobody like me. So make sure and you connect with your community, because your community is full of gifted people that have many, many gifts. And if you give them the opportunity to do business with you, you'll never know what you're going to find. I yield, I chair, and thank you once again for
And
this
before you go,
opportunity to be here with all of you.
and before you go, tonight is a perfect night to play our goddess, our friend, our fellow Aries, Tony Jones. Play some of her manifestation music tonight. You know what I'm saying? Send her good vibrations and everything else. 808 Portal. She has some amazing manifestation music. So I appreciate that, goddess.
I chair to Tony Jones. I am the currency.
I am the currency.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. And I chair to my sister Abike. I love you so much. I chair. Adios, everybody.
Peace, goddess.
Peace, goddess.
The Hawk has landed. Hawkeye is in the building. Hey man, we got chiefs from all over the land. We got Chief from Louisiana. We had Chief Mackman, Gary, Indiana. We got Hawkeye from Texas. Big Chief down there in Texas. What's good, guy?
Oh, it's all good. Just enjoying the panel. Peace to everyone that's on the panel. Peace. But definitely been enjoying the conversations for sure. For sure.
It's 808 Portal, man.
I hail by Texas, but I'm originally from Tulsa, better known as Black Wall Street.
I shall say respect. I shall say respect. Now, let me ask you tonight, because I talk to you about wealth all the time. I don't know if you tell what you want to tell, what not to tell, you know what I'm saying, about your profession. But I talk to you about wealth all the time. and you always give me great advice. You're a big investor in a lot of different things. You actually see what's real and what's not real. What is your perspective on not only wealth, but how to protect wealth, how to keep wealth, and how to bring wealth to you, especially on this 808 portal?
That's definitely a good question. Yeah, we do talk a lot. I want to first start with this statement that spirit is also related to wealth. It's all connected. So when I speak on it, I'm speaking from that perspective, that it's all related. So first of all, and I say this all the time, I've said it on some earlier panels, I want us to remember that money is a tool. It is a tool, a 3D tool that we can use, even if it's for something as something as simple as to afford us some peace, so we can be more spiritual, even connected spiritually on that level before we go up higher and bring it down from the ethers. So a simple connection like that can be made. I want us to see it on a spiritual level as a flow, a rhythm. That's how we bring it down. We call it currency. The root word is current, flow, rhythm. So I want us to understand that. You get in the rhythm of currency. You get in the rhythm of that flow. That's how we attract the currency. Okay, that's how we attract that energy. We always talk about attracting, money. That's how it's done. We don't need to really chase money. That's putting money first before the spiritual aspect of who we are. So I want us to really understand that key point is that it's more of a byproduct of our energy flow and rhythm. Secondly, I want us to remember that currency exchange is energy exchange. We are exchanging energy. We have to give and receive in an equitable manner. So when we exchange currency, we exchange that energy. All right. If we keep the currency and the energy, and I'm gonna use this from April Geary. I think she said this on a previous show, but I like it, so I'm using it. The energy can be understood as inner, meaning inside, within, G, inner God, right? So if we keep that energy and the rhythm and flow, we can create the constant 8 loop of infinity to keep that rhythm and flow going. The more you keep your energy, you have that rhythm and flow. The more you have that rhythm and flow, the more you strengthen your energy. So I want us to keep that thought, and that will keep that energy flowing amongst us.
Yo, real quick, because you already know we gonna end it up with the guys, but I want to respect the guys' time real quick. Before Dr. Kia gets out of here, the young elder, did you have anything to? Because I know you and that's a big connection to have you and Dr. Kia have a dialogue. Did you have anything for Dr. Kia or Hawkeye?
Yeah, I was just the whole time people was talking, I was just thinking about guns and butter. You know what I'm saying? Guns and butter.
That's a simple way to put it.
So we gotta know what's valuable, and everybody got their own perspective. But what's valuable to you? Like your kids are valuable for most people that love their kids. My kids are valuable to me, and so what's your value? You know what I'm saying? You gotta know your worth. I know that's something that Dr. Kia Pruitt teaches about. Know your worth. You can't settle for less or settle for anything when you know your worth. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know your worth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So if Dr. Kia Pruitt wanted to touch on that, yeah, that'd be cool.
So what were you asking me? You want me to talk about knowing your wealth? Your worth?
Your worth. Yes, ma'am. Like your value. Like some people say, oh, I settle for this, and like you got like people say, oh, you got your standards are too high. You know, some people like my standards stand where is it? I ain't going below the line. Once I get to a certain age, I used to settle for less, but I ain't settling for less no more. When I know my worth, you know what I'm saying? So, what's your perspective on that, Dr. Kidd Pruitt?
My perspective is that we are the gods. We're the ones that sprung from the soil. So as such, we ought to walk a certain way circumspectly, like God's would work. You should be perfect. And when you think about the scriptures, if we have Christians here, you know, the scripture says, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Well, when you exegete and eisegete the word, meaning you understand or know the etymology of the word, you break the word down and you use it within the context of how it was written and historical context, what was going on around that time. Perfection actually means wholeness. Be ye whole, for I am whole. So when you're whole, you're balanced, you're complete, you are you know again that you're a God. So you don't have to act like people around you that don't know that they're God. You know your value, you walk like it. You, like I said earlier, you dress like the gods, you eat at like the gods. We talked about monoatomic gold and colloidal gold and silver. We actually drink gold and silver and copper. We drink it and we wear it. We drink from those utensils. We keep silver and gold around us because that's the way the gods carried themselves. So again, when you know your gods, you behave as such. You'll eat that way, you'll drink that way, you'll think that way, and all of your activities will align with your with your value as a God. So I'm with you. My expectations for myself and everybody else that's around me are extremely high because the higher the expectation, the higher the achievement. So that goes along with what you say. I know my value because I'm God, and I don't let anybody try to shun me. People try to say, oh, there's only one God. You're not God. And I say, well, you know, they may feel that way about themselves, but I know who I am. And I'll end with this too. Be mindful how you name your children, because my name means Kia. My name is Kia, or which a short version is Kai. Kia or Kai means king, royalty, regality. And that's how I act and conduct myself. I've always known what my name means. That's a Persian name that means royalty or king. In my indigenous culture, Cherokee, Kia means the foundation. So I am the person upon which wealth is built, prosperity, all that. So be mindful how you name your children. Kia is also Pharaoh Akhenaten's second wife's name, the great beloved wife. Her name was Kia. So I've always known what my name was and what it meant. I asked my mom as a small child. And so when you know who you are, then you'll start walking like that. And everything that you do, all your activities will align with who you are and what you came here to do.
Say. Yes, ma'am. Please donate to Dr. Kia, the Minister of Wealth, y'all. Because guess what? She's giving out all this information. She's telling you about these foreign currencies and everything else. And just like your elder said, every time you support one of these businesses, that help them to grow. When you help somebody grow, they got a heart like Dr. Kia. Just imagine when we start having well springs and we look at the conscious ones the way we look at these superstars and celebrities. You got celebrities that ain't got no kind of brain. They just got an illusion of having money, and then y'all probably got more money than some of these celebrities. Don't even know she's wearing wealth. You've been enjoying your jury because I know I got to send you something quarterly for every season.
Thank you.
Is the jury holding up pretty good?
It really is. It is holding up very well.
I always got to get your approval on there because I can't just have you on the show and not say, look, I got to get Dr. Kia Pruitt's stamp on the jury. That's forever. So
I put it up. Your contact information up, by the way, on my Facebook page and told everybody to support you. And I showed them. I'm not wearing it today because it's green and it didn't match, you know, the aesthetic the blue that I have on.
You're okay.
But let me tell you, family. So my channel is running concurrently with yours. Thank you so much for allowing me to run my channel along with yours. But he has the best jewelry that's made of real gold, silver, and copper, as well as rare earth minerals, and precious stones. So contact Orisha Stone at orishastone.shop@gmail. That's ORISHASTONE.SHOP@gmail.com. He sends the jewelry swiftly. It's packaged extremely well, and it's the jewelry for the gods. Let me tell you, whenever I wear his jewelry, especially that big piece that you sent me with the cistrine on it and copper and gold, people are in awe. When you dress like the gods that you are, people will stand still. They are literally frozen when I walk in the door. They hold the doors. They speak with such high reverence. They give you gifts because people give gifts to the kings and the queens and the gods. So that's why we ought to adorn ourselves as such. They recognize who you are. So I would implore everybody or encourage everybody to contact Orisha Stone and get your jewelry made. His motto is wear your intentions. So he can wear something that aligns with who you are, your life path number, and even your zodiac sign, as well as your purpose.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Did you have anything for Hawk before she goes? Because I'm trying to respect the time real quick, but you had anything for her?
No. She has shared enough word today. I definitely appreciate her time, though. Appreciate
Listen, thank you for your time, guys. The Minister of Wealth, y'all. Hold on one second. The Minister of Wealth. Hold on. Where is it?
Love that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon, guys.
Okay. Thank you so much, King. Thank
Manifest
you.
well. Manifest well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all the goddesses we had on tonight, we had nothing but beautiful goddesses on tonight, and it was beautiful to see all the sisters looking good, shining bright. You know, shining bright like a diamond.
Yeah, and we still gonna. We got a couple more minutes, you know what I'm saying, to rotate. But I just had to catch up with the Chief real quick. I was hoping that Chief Mac would have jumped back in, but maybe their phones died or whatnot. But now we got the brothers on the land, and we talking about wealth with us. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to listen to the women getting their wealth, but what are we doing to get the wealth? What are we doing to get the land? I love when Young Elder was breaking down his wealth. He got wealth on his fingers. You know what I'm saying? Neck and wrist don't lie. So shit, everybody else got, you know what I'm saying, had to talk about it. What's going on with that bling, Hawkeye?
Oh man, you wanna see what I'm working with tonight?
Yeah, man, talk about it.
Let's start from the bottom, man. It's gonna be some simple crystals here, some simple beads. This is carnelian. You were talking about the sacral chakra, right? So because of 8/8 today, I'm definitely wearing that for that energy. All right. Let's work up from there. We got the wet pendant with its bronze, sterling silver head. It's got 6-star rubies on it, 3 of those. It's got a Herkimer diamond in the mouth, and it's got a apophyllite. Up toward the necklace piece, it's got bloodstone in it. So it's a perfect mix of manifestation energy in that particular piece there. I've also got, since we're talking about the solar plexus, we're talking about yellow, sun, power, willpower, energy, that fire, right? Topaz. I brought that up. No one else has brought that up tonight about the solar plex, but that's a good one for the solar plex energy too as well. So I'm rocking that one. Then we can go to, and of course I don't wear this all at the same time, but I'm just trying to show it out tonight, you know what I'm saying, since the host asked us to do so. Then I've got a sterling silver necklace with a warrior headpiece. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's nice.
I forgot how hard that piece was.
Yeah. So I'm rocking that tonight too as well. So just got a few pieces on, you know, and of course, you know, got some silver jewelry on, got some copper, got a copper bangle, of course, got the crystals on, transformation, some more bloodstone, tiger's eye for willpower, agate, you know, keep the energy up, and some self-love, of course, with the rose quartz. Then on this side, just to wear it. Now, don't kill me, Rich Stone. I know it is on the wrong wrist, but I'm only wearing it just, because I don't have enough space on the other one. But this is
No
the
problem.
copper with the magnets in it.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now I ask you this, because you're a big investor when it comes to precious metals, artifacts. We always talk about antiquities and things of that nature anyway, right? Now, in
Right.
your opinion, when you invested in now that you've been investing in metals for a while now,
Yeah.
what is your favorite aspect of investing in it? Is it the jewelry aspect of it, or is it coin aspect of it? Is it a little bit of the both? What is your, how do you feel about it? Like, I love the fact that you said that was 925, because people don't really understand these different metals. They letting people.
Yeah.
I played earlier where they're selling people buy some fake jewelry for cheap and poison themselves instead of understanding and doing the research on what kind of chains they get and everything else. Like, a young elder might have a Cuban link on, but if you don't know what a Cuban link on, you don't know what a Cuban link is, and you don't understand the research and everything else, and do the research on it, they'll sell you something cheap. They'll sell you a whole bunch of damn air for thousands of dollars if you don't do the research on it. So when we buying these, and you said 925, that's a precious metal that it kind of go over our heads when you look at all this 925 jewelry with all these, especially the vintage stuff. How do you feel about that, Chief?
Oh, you right on point. As far as investing in cheap jewelry, that's kind of like, throwing away, as I mentioned earlier, money is a tool. That's throwing away your tool on something that's temporary. Convert that currency, that fiat, to something more permanent that's real. Even if you have to buy less, it's better to have a certain quality than quantity. You can buy a whole bunch of junk and it's just junk.
Oh, power junk.
Yeah, so if you want this as an investment piece, I don't care. It's not about the amount of money, it's the quality of the piece that you have. Get at least 925, which is sterling silver. Okay. If you have more money to spend, definitely get 0.999 fine silver. That's more of investment grade silver. 925 is investment grade too, but a big long-term investment grade is 0.999 as well. So yeah, definitely you want to stay away from just throwing away your money on something that is not have any investment value whatsoever. It might look good for the moment, but you just threw your money away because it's not going to have.
Now turn around, when you invest in silver jewelry, and young elder, last time we talked about silver, it was down, right? What is it at? Look, I mean, at this point, every time it's about 63, it went up like 10%. So every single time we say something and we told you to pull back, right now, if you bought it when we told you to buy it, if you wanted to sell right now, you made about $20, $30. You see what I'm saying? Neither here nor there. We're not trying to damn popcorn hustle. We getting the commodities and holding it because we know we looking, you know what I'm saying, for the long haul. You're looking for investments. You're looking for forever commodities. You buy this 925 jewelry, like you said, you can buy a bunch of Tamu jewelry if you want to, and it's poisoning you, and you get no value out of it. Or you go ahead and spend you some money on a little gold chain or a silver chain or something like that, and watch the value go up literally every day. And guess what? The market value doesn't have nothing to do. The spot value has nothing to do with the artistic value, especially when you understand, when you do the research on what kind of chains do you have. Do you have a herringbone? Do you have nuggets? Do you have web? Is web Figaro or Cuban? What kind of chain do you have? That's all art. Those Figaros are handmade from Italy. You see what I'm saying? So we got to start doing the research and understand this wealth. And when you wear your wealth, you got to understand what you're wearing and what appreciates and the decreases. You know what I'm saying? Sister Jada, good to have you back.
Thank you, brother.
She's also a big investor in commodities, and when it comes to gold and silver herself, she's been doing that for years. So this is like my big sister, and since we got, it's almost like a chief talk right now. We can get comfortable right now. All, you know what I'm saying? All the luxury out the door. We being real now with the real investors and the nitty gritty. So, Sister Jada, we didn't get you to tell us one more time the name of your show and how can we come watch your show. And then you just do something in Ocean Springs recently?
Yeah, I'm in Ocean Springs presently, where Nolan Wells, I'm from here. I graduated here. So I had a talk with some of the Black residents who have been here, like, their families been here, to see how this whole Nolan Wells and is affecting them. And, just the Gulf Coast period. It's always been a certain way, but it's just the fact that the nation is paying attention now. I wanted to come down here and make sure I got our perspective.
And I respect, because that's exactly where you're from, right?
Yes, Ocean Springs. Mm-hmm.
Now you already know where I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? As far as we talking about business, we talking about wealth, and one thing about business, I mind my own. But especially when if you want to be in these, if you want to be in the lion's den, if you want to be in the belly of the beast, if you want to be friends with the colonizer, if you want to lay up with the colonizer, if you want to sleep with the colonizer, if that's your best friend, then whatever happened to you happened to you. If you play with your security right now, we've been in cold black for the last 2 years, probably longer than that. If we shouldn't be talking about boycott, that's a thing of the past. We should just be, like they said, be spinning with each other and everything else, stay in our own circles, create our own realities.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see stuff like that, coons get skinned. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel no way which one way, one or the other. Now, but as far as the wealth aspect and minding my business, you've been into the wealth thing for a long time, and you have several businesses with Brother Roosevelt in New Orleans. That's not too far away from Young Elder. So that's why I kind of felt like it was important to make that connection with you and Young Elder. So please tell us a little bit about your show.
Yeah, I have a show called Conscious Conversations. I just hold conversations that are important to our community, things that I think are important. I want to give the people a voice. I also have a show through Derek Grace II, through his community called Talk It Out Tuesdays, where it's more of a like mental health for people who want to have an opportunity or safe space to be able to express themselves. You can catch me at or go to www.thejadaj, and that's the J is spelled JAE. That's thejadaj.com. I am a relationship mediator, and I provide safe spaces for people to be able to express themselves when they're having issues in their relationship. And a lot of people sometimes might not think that they need an unbiased or a fair ear, but a lot of times the brothers break down and they shut down. And so common ground, I am able to not only allow both parties to hear the other side, and I'm not a counselor, I don't do any counseling. I just provide a safe and a fair space for both sides to be able to have their issues heard. So you can catch me Conscious Conversations. This Ocean Springs episode will air next Tuesday. And then from there I got Smackwater has agreed to come on. I have a couple of other people, and I also Nabi got to get you on the show very soon.
Man, hey, Young Elder, you know who Derek Grace is?
Oh no, I don't know.
He's a my brother from Tampa. He big on it. You probably do know him. You just don't know his name. He did that Monopoly type game and was teaching his guns. He's teaching kids gun intelligence and how to utilize guns and stuff. But now I'm gonna tell you what you remember. You know him by the chain. He had that big old Nipsey Hussle chain and that Malcolm X chain.
Yeah, I see him on Instagram.
They were just talking about that chain. It's in the Smithsonian now. So he's the one that did that. He been like we talking about investments. He was investing in the gold and stuff, commodities way back in the day. So we talking about wealth, and we literally watching his wealth flip. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually funny that she brought that up. Big shout out to Derek Grace. You know what I'm saying? So he'll follow the boy himself.
And he helping to check out. He helping a lot of the old people that got land and shit that he be going and like helping them protect their land too. Is that same dude?
This is the right hand woman right here. So no. Like ask her anything.
No, not to my knowledge. He may have done that some years ago, but presently, no. He has been on the tour, pushing the Grace Key, which is basically helping individuals when you get stopped by the police, what to say, what not to say. He's big on teaching his children or teaching us, period, self-awareness, situation awareness. And he's given me an opportunity, as well as Nabi has, in terms of to spread my message. But once we're talking about the wealth transfer, it's something because a lot of our people still believe in paper. And when we're talking about God's money, which is gold and silver and the precious metals, like everything that's happening right now, if this country falls right now, none of that paper is going to matter. But you can move some things with some gold. You can move some things with some seeds. You can move some things with alcohol, things that are tradable or things that you can barter with. And I think right now, people are still looking to the government for help. But what I am seeing is that if we don't get with our particular tribes and find a way to like what you have taught me, Nabi, about spices and herbs and just gold, silver, things that we can use, and we don't need to depend on these people for our sustenance. Just nature and bitters, things for our health, bro. It's like it's so much out here that our people are unaware of because they're still stuck in that the system mentality. And this is the one thing that I love about you and how you like, sister, go to the coin shops and go to the state sales and just teaching us how to move in this system and take this fiat money and turn it, like the brother was saying earlier, taking this fiat money and turning it into something real, turning it into something substance. I got caught up in the whole crypto, the crypto money. I got duped at about $20-something thousand investing in the cryptocurrency. But I've learned and listening to some of these other financial prudence that's all a trick. And so that's a trick. Take your money, take your fiat paper, and buy silver and gold. The amount of silver that I have now, bruh, if I took it and traded it in right now, what I paid for it,
you winning. It's going over their head. And look, that's the cool thing about it. You've known me for a couple of years. So when we started investing, we were getting stuff dirt cheap to where at one point in time, silver went up to 120 some odd dollars an ounce, like $25 an ounce. So you could have cashed out then, or you can wait for the long haul and just keep on buying and keep on buying. And guess what?
We're stacking. No, we're not selling nothing. We're stacking.
Man, look, currency. Yo, Young, what you got?
Oh yeah, we got a lot. I just put out that tape yesterday about breaking down the three tribes the three races that they use to try to replace us over here. And pretty much it was a comeback for the TikTok Pan-African guys who jumped me on TikTok, man. So I pretty much put belt to the crack on that one. So yeah, you got to go check that out, man. It's called Bleached America, right? Yeah, so I already broke a lot of stuff down on there with the receipts and everything. Yeah. Another thing too, like a lot of my jewelry, I put it on, like I buy it on layaway. Like I put like a couple hundred on it, and then when I get paid again, a couple more hundred until I pay it off. So I've been buying like gold for like the last 15 years, and a lot of this stuff I've been pay on it every time I get paid until I get it out. So like with the pawn shops and all this. So yeah, but I need to step my game up on the type of jewelry that Orisha get me some more stones and more like living stones, like that type of stuff. But I like gold, you know what I'm saying? Like my whole people, that's all we ever, we like gold. Like, I even got a gold
We'll put you some gold wire and put it on there and drop it right on one of your silver chains. We can do we can do anything now. Don't say
I got a treasure trove.
I got a couple. Yeah, I got a whole bunch.
Talk about that. Right now is the perfect time to talk about, like the brother said, about what stones would be the perfect stones to wear right about now. And we said peridot yesterday. We said peridot. Of course, we were just talking about moldavite earlier. A lot of them green stones. Emerald right now is a good one. Money stone, citrine. Goddess April said citrine. Like she broke that all the way down when she was talking about the sacred and solar plexus chakra. We want abundance, we want wealth, and everything else. We gotta get in tune with that. So make citrine one of your new best friends. Pyrite, things of that nature. What stone you think, Sister Jada?
I'm always moldavite. Moldavite, it's never gone anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And ever since you introduced that to me, I had never really heard of it. But now that's all that you hear is people trying to trade for that moldavite. So for me, and also tanzanite.
Yeah.
Tanzanite.
They're gonna sleep on that tanzanite. You don't get no second chance with no tanzanite.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah,
you talking about wealth. You talking about wealth? That's about $20,000 right there.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And the price keep going up. All you gotta look up is the tanzanite, really. What you got? Chief Hawkeye? before we get out of here? Oh,
Segment.
the artifacts. All hell segment.
We want to show that fire, and I know segment was brought up tonight.
Oh,
So
that's
definitely
beautiful.
harnessing that energy. Definitely harnessing that energy
Oh, yeah,
tonight.
That's wealth.
Yeah,
Wealth
for
and
sure.
artifacts.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Look.
You see she has a serpent body.
That's
So this is
guns right there. That ain't no
peak.
butter. That's guns.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Elder, this is guns and bullets, baby.
He said that's guns and butter, baby.
Yeah, hey, look, it ain't. I was saying it ain't no butter. It ain't no butter. It's guns. Artifacts are always guns.
And he got that straight from Egypt too.
Some shit is priceless. Some shit is priceless. You can't even put a price on it. You know what I'm saying? Some shit is priceless.
For sure.
I have some original pieces too, and I wanted to have them appraised, but you know it's kind of pointless because I'm never selling them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell them about your artifacts, guys.
Man, I have a Benin goddess piece that's really, really beautiful, and I also have an African pharaoh bust, and it's an original. It even has the Arabic writing on it. Man, when I tell you what I paid for it and what I'm sure it's worth right now, I could take it into any museum or private collection and probably get about a good 80 to 100 something thousand for it.
Right.
But I put them in cases. I had a wooden case built with the glass on it, and I have them on either side of me, my protectors.
You got to come back on the show and show them off. Like it's show and tell over here. Like we don't just be talking about it. You got to show some. There's a lot of people that use all the big words and they got nothing to show for it. This tribe over here, abundance, manifestation. We have something to show for it. We got something to pass down to to your son, to your grandson, to your new son, all your grandbabies. We need tangibles. It's our money and we want it now. So yes, ma'am. And what's it worth the investment? Do you think that the price of those statues went up?
Man, I can't even tell nobody. I can't even tell nobody what I stole them for. It wasn't even a bargain. It was a steal.
So most definitely tap in with your boy Orisha Stone, tap in with Hawkeye. We be scouting the land for artifacts. I'm glad that brother brought that up because that's a whole nother conversation of wealth right there. We always do different conversations when it comes to indigenous currency. Tap into the artifacts, find those rare artifacts that represent you. And like Young Elder said, when he said those were guns, that was kind of funny he said that because if you know how to use that statue, if all these spiritual people, once you know how to use that statue and you put those statues on your altars and you got Sekhmet on your altar with that serpent, now Sekhmet is the healer and she's also the destroyer. This is the Lionsgate portal. We can end on that. The Sekhmet, all hell Sekhmet energy. She's the healer and the destroyer. She is, you know what I'm saying? That is a abundance of energy within itself. She does grant prosperity and riches. So that's a whole other energy within itself. Just tapping into that Sekhmet energy and best energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Where you put that? You put that on your altar, or you sleep in your bedroom? What energy you getting from that?
Definitely, man. I use it on my altar.
Bring it back up. Bring it back up.
I use it on my altar, and then I bring it around with me when I move around too, as well. Just if I want that energy in my space. So the permanent spot is the altar for sure.
And what is it made of?
Basalt. It's 100% basalt.
So next time we're gonna do a whole class on basalt because that'll be going over people's head, the energy of basalt and why our ancestors did everything in basalt and granite. The energy and how magnetic you use magnetic stones. So that's a great stone within itself.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Intricate carvings, detail. Yeah, it's a nice piece. Nice piece.
I see.
Nice piece. Yeah. Oh, I just want to say too, another stone for the solar plex energy is tiger's eye and red tiger's eye. So that willpower, that manifestation to burn things through, those are good crystals to use too as well for that.
I say serpentine, most definitely get into that serpentine energy. The serpent always shed his energy and always becomes something better and something new. Of course, moldavite, when all the goddesses said, goddess said, let go, let it go. April said, let it go. Moldavite's perfect for that because it'll get rid of all the things you don't need out your life. And it rapid, fast. Lion move fast. And you know what I'm saying? He proud. You know what I'm saying? Ambush your, you know what I'm saying? Your destiny. Yo, you got anything else before we get out of here, G?
Nah, man, just drink a lot of good water, you know what I'm saying? Go walking in the sun while this summertime, you know, it's going out. They finna bring this They gonna be doing the chemtrails or whatever. I don't know how that's working, but for them. But yeah, get some sunlight, get some water. Some good water. Go walking. Like 2 miles or something like that. 3, however you can handle. Yeah, go outside and get some sweat in, some sweat equity.
If you didn't sun
Go
gaze
ahead.
when it's rising, you still got an opportunity to sun gaze tomorrow and just stare into the sun. Stare into that. They were just telling you that there's a serious Stargate that's open. That when it's blinking, when your eyes are blinking, it's like Morse code. You're communicating back and forth with that Sirius gate. When you wear your sacred adornments, they're like, "Oh man, he just trying to be flashy." Hell yeah, I'm trying to shine to the ancestors. Cause when I'm trying to communicate and they getting that Morse code, they see me even more because it's Morse code when they're flashing off their sun back and forth. That's why Chief Century was wearing all that gold and silver, their chest plates of gold. That's why you were just watching the Moors with all the chest plates of gold and one ruby in there, so they could reflect to who they were talking to through different dimensions. Don't take my word for it. The brother just brought up Tiger Eye, and the only reason we know Tiger Eye is powerful is because of Solomon. He controlled a jinn through 3 stones, and one of them was Tiger Eye, the Tiger Eye ring. So yeah, we'll get out of here, man. This was an amazing one. Yeah, man, I appreciate your time, young elder. Appreciate the whole tribe. Appreciate the chat, man. Most def. Peace to guys. Peace.
Peace.
Tap in.
Y'all ground now. Keep grounding, manifest. Holler at y'all later. Peace.
Cherish that water while we still got it. They stealing it.
A peace on this, everyone in the space. Much gratitude to all of our featured panelists this evening. We had Dr. April Gary, Dr. Kia Pruitt. I say Dr. I.M. Sedge 13 was in the space. We had Sister Jada J in the space. High Priestess Ma'adim Makaru brought us in with that introduction. We had our very own young elder to come and show up. And then we had Hawkeye 13, Hawkeye 7, all right, in the space. We had Chief Mac in the space, and none other than our very own Orisha Stone. I don't think I missed anybody. But if I did, y'all know who I'm talking about. In and of the same, y'all give thanks. Enjoy your 8-8. Enjoy the Lion's Gate. Enjoy the fact that the gate is open. So now, with all that we received, are you ready? No. Let me correct that. Are you ready to rise into your power? Right? My hope is that everybody is going to sit up here and say yes. So let's get to moving on this. Peace and wholeness to everyone. Come back every single time Orisha Stone is in the space, and y'all just enjoy. Peace and love.